Hi everyone, please subscribe to my channel. Blood Immortal Venerable. See playlist for other chapters and novels. Join now our Telegram channel now and enjoy exclusive early access. t.me/blood_immortal_official. I do not translate the novels. Credits goes to original translator and author of the novel. I only make it as an audiobook so it would be easier to just listen while doing other things. Credits goes to the author of the novel. I convert stories to audiobook for mental health, for multitasking purpose, for accessibility and time saving. Listening to audiobook is also beneficial for people who have disability. It improves our listening skills and improve our English comprehension, vocabulary and other things. So, thank you for listening. Thank you and thank you very much for your support. Chapter 781 The foggy area has appeared. Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group, a secret room. This place is shrouded by the formation, which has the effect of sound insulation. Unless it is the supreme, it is difficult to spy on the dialogue inside. At this moment, Master Yunlin was chatting with Master Meiyuan about Yi Tian. The Master of Meiyuan, the Master of Fadian is the ultimate master. How could he join our Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group? Do you know his origin? Master Yunlin asked. I don't know why he wants to join our Yunmeng Fog Mercenary Group, but at least it's a good thing. With the addition of an ultimate master, it will be safer for us to enter the foggy area this time. You have reached the ultimate domination for many years, but because of your cultivation talent, you have been staying in the realm of domination. If you get a treasure that can raise your cultivation talent to mixed level in the foggy area, then you can be promoted to the realm of heavenly venerate, and in the future it's not that there is no hope of entering the supreme rank. If you become Tianzun, our Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group will naturally have a better life in Tianya Ancient City, and will not be crowded out by other Misty Mercenary Groups. Meiyuan dominates the road. 29. Hope, Master Yunlin murmured. Suddenly, she said again, the recruitment of temporary members must be strictly controlled. My father, the dignified Tianzun, only fell in the foggy area because he recruited a wicked Tianzun, and even nearly made our Yunmeng Foggy Mercenary Group worse. A little extinction. I don't want this to happen again. Don't worry, Sister Head, I've been testing with sin beads all the time. The one I just joined, Fadian Master, has very low sin karma and is definitely not a bad person. Don't worry, our Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Corps only needs sin karma. Low people, the cultivation realm is second. I understand this rule, the ruler of Meiyuan said quickly. Well, you know what you have in mind, so I'm relieved. Master Yunlin nodded. 3 years have passed in a flash. This day, Master Yunlin began to gather members of the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group, and they were about to start. Because, the foggy area appeared. Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Corps, lobby. Yi Tian appeared here, and the other members came one by one. Yi Tian swept it. There were 21 people in total, including him. There were a total of 5 masters. It was obvious that the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group had not recruited a master during this period but had recruited several universe gods. But judging from the breadth of these cosmic gods, they are ordinary cosmic gods, and they must be the kind of cosmic gods who have lived for many years and want to enter the foggy area to try their luck. If Yi Tian is not strong and does not rely on the Mist Mercenary Group, otherwise he would not be able to join such a Mist Mercenary Group. Everyone, the foggy area has appeared, and we are about to enter the foggy mercenary group. Before entering the foggy area, I have a few points to declare. First, we must obey the arrangement. If anyone dares to make trouble, don't blame me for being rude. Second, each person takes an array disc, enters the foggy area, and opens all the array discs to form a defense formation that can move freely. Instantly kills you before you can react. Lord Yunlin reminded. Everyone looked solemn, and everyone knew very well that entering the foggy area was not a joke, and the death rate was too high. Even if you follow the Mist Mercenary Group, no matter how rich your experience is, there is still the possibility of death. Even if you are unlucky, it is very possible that a Fog Mercenary Group will be wiped out. Master Yunlin paid more attention to Yi Tian. After all, Yi Tian is also a master who dominates and is a temporary member, so she naturally needs to pay more attention. What makes her frown is that Yi Tian is very indifferent. Even if he is about to enter the foggy area, he still does not have a trace of nervousness. This is not a good thing. If you don't have enough awe in the foggy area, if it doesn't matter, things will really happen. I hope Lord Fadian enters the foggy area and doesn't mess around. Yunlin dominates the secret passage. Let's go. Master Yunlin led the team and left the ancient city of Tianya with everyone, and immediately flew towards the foggy area. Along the way, the sky in the chaotic sea was filled with light, all of them were powerhouses above the universe gods. Everyone's purpose is the same, to enter the foggy area. With so many powerhouses, I don't know how many will come out by then. Yi Tian secretly said in his heart. Soon, everyone came to the vicinity of the foggy area. This is the foggy area. Yi Tian saw the foggy area for the first time and tried to use his spiritual sense to investigate the situation in the foggy area, but there was a force in the foggy area that hindered the spiritual exploration. Yi Tian knew something about this situation. According to the information, there is a natural barrier between the foggy area and the outside world, and the consciousness cannot pass through. Even within the foggy area, spiritual consciousness and soul power are suppressed very much, and the scope of exploration is limited. Hey, isn't this the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Corps? How dare you enter the misty area with just a few people? Aren't you afraid that the entire army will be wiped out? A voice came, causing Lord Yunlin's anger. Wow! A group of cosmic gods and rulers came before the master of Yunlin under the leadership of a Tianzun. Shuilong Tianzun, it's you. Master Yunlin was very angry, because she had a grudge against this Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate, and it was the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate who caused her father to fall into the foggy area. She knew, but she couldn't get revenge. If her father still had some friends of the Heavenly Venerate, he warned the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate and made the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate jealous, so he would not dare to attack her, otherwise she would have died at the hands of the Blood Wolf. Temporary members of the Yunmeng Mist Mercenary Group, I am the head of the Blood Wolf Mist Mercenary Group, you follow the Yunmeng Mist Mercenary Group into the foggy area, almost 10 deaths and no life, why don't you follow me? I am more entering the foggy area for the first time, and I am a Tianzun. If you are a little careful in the outer area, there will be almost nothing. Are you following the Yunmeng Foggy Mercenary Group, or with us? Blood Wolf Tianzun said loudly. He doesn't care about some temporary members of the Universe God, he is the one who deliberately poached the Master of Yunlin, so the overall strength of the Yunmeng Fog Mercenary Group ruled by Yunlin will be weakened, and the risk of entering the fog area will be greater. Originally, those cosmic gods did not want them for the other misty mercenary groups, so they had no choice but to join the Yunmeng Militia Corps. Now that the Blood Corps and other big mercenary groups invited them, he chose to join the Blood Wolf. Master Yunlin, this is the formation plate. One by one, the universe gods returned the formation plate to Master Yunlin, and even ran to the Blood Wolf mercenary group without waiting for Master Yunlin to speak. Ha ha ha, Master Yunlin, I hope you can survive in the foggy area. The Blood Wolf Tianzun left such a sentence and led people into the foggy area. I'm so angry, this Blood Wolf Tianzun is too much. The ruler of Mayuan cursed loudly. Chapter 782 Traitor. Master Yunlin is also very annoyed, but her strength is not as good as others, so she does not dare to trouble the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate now. Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate is now only afraid of her father's heavenly venerable friends, so he won't kill her, but that doesn't mean he doesn't dare to kill her. If she dared to provoke the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate, maybe she would really let the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate kill him. Now, the temporary members she recruited have been poached, and she can only endure it. Suddenly, she noticed that Yi Tian didn't go to the Blood Wolf Mist Mercenary Group, and she asked curiously, Lord Fatn, why don't you leave the Yunmeng Mist Mercenary Group? If I want to join a large fog mercenary group, it's easy, but I think the Yunmeng Fog Mercenary Group is very pleasing to the eye, so I joined. Could it be that Master Yunlin wants to drive me away? Yi Tian said. Of course not, Lord Fatian is willing to stay, how could we drive away? Master Yunlin quickly explained. The members of the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group did not stay here, but entered the misty area. Although a few cosmic gods have gone, but for the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group, the loss of strength is not big, because Yi Tian is still there, a master is far more than a group of cosmic gods. Wow, Yi Tian followed Yunlin Master and others into the foggy area, and immediately felt the suppression of the consciousness and soul power in the foggy area. Sure enough, my strength is comparable to that of the 4th class Supreme, but my consciousness and soul will also be suppressed by the fog area. I really don't know what secrets the fog area has. Yi Tian secretly said. Life Tiantong. He opened this ability, which is a special ability possessed by the 7th order life level. It can sense the life breath of other creatures, and the sensing range is far beyond the sensing range of divine sense. It can sense the life breath of other origin beasts. It can be said that Life Tiantong is Yi Tian's greatest means of investigation, and there is no such thing as one. Buzz. In an area, countless life breaths emerged, a small part of which were the life breaths of cultivators who entered, and most of them were the life breaths of mist beasts. The ability of Life Sky has also been suppressed, but the scope of exploration is still very wide. According to the area of AA Fog, I not only probed the life aura in the peripheral area, but also probed a part of the inner area. Yi Tian was overjoyed. In this way, his safety in the foggy area would be greatly guaranteed. It can even be said that with the help of Life Sky and Hengguang divine ability, he can enter the core area and make a foray. After the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Corps entered the Misty area, except for Yi Tian, everyone else was very solemn. At the same time, everyone also opened the formation plate, forming a free-moving defensive formation to prevent the mist beasts from attacking. Although the foggy area is on the chaotic sea, after entering the foggy area, it is not on the sea, but on a piece of land. Because of this strangeness, the foggy area is considered to be in other dimensions, not in the main space. But no one knows what the truth of the foggy area is. In general dimensions, the Supremes are expected to break, but the foggy area is very special. The first God Lord can't break the blockade, and can only fly out honestly. There is a mist beast coming. Yi Tian noticed through his life day pupil ability, but did not remind Yunlin to dominate them. If he reminded, there is no way to explain why he was able to find the misty beast in the distance. He can't tell all of them. Moreover, this mist beast is not very strong, and it is only comparable to a weaker master. Boom! The misty beast collided with the defensive formation, attracting the attention of the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group. Everyone be careful, there are mist beasts. Yunlin dominated the sound transmission. Although she could see that this misty beast was not strong, she did not dare to despise it. Who knew if there were other misty beasts nearby? In the misty area, the consequence of arrogance is death. Therefore, she will not underestimate any mist beast. Ice bird supernatural powers, go! Master Yunlin pointed his finger, and a huge ice bird appeared out of nowhere, slaying the misty beast. The speed of this misty beast is very fast, but the master of Yunlin's cultivation is the ultimate master. The misty beast is only fast in attacking and killing, but once it is discovered, it is not difficult for the master of Yunlin to capture the trace of this misty beast. In addition, the ice bird's supernatural power can cast the freezing effect in a large area, which is enough to freeze the mist beast. Boom! The cold air released by the ice bird filled this area, instantly freezing the mist beast. Then, Master Yunlin slashed over with a sword, directly smashing the mist beast into pieces. But after the misty beast died, a crystal was left behind. This is the beast crystal. After the death of the misty beast, the beast crystal has the effect of enhancing the strength of the soul, and it is also one of the rare resources of the Chaos Sea. Yunlin said, and put away the misty beast crystal. After all, it was the misty beast she killed, and no one would object to her charging the beast crystal. The group moved on. Along the way, many misty beasts came to attack, and some misty beasts even made Yunlin Master have no choice but to retreat. Fortunately, they were lucky, and they also discovered some rare elixir, ores, etc., which were of great value. But they have not yet found a treasure that can upgrade the chaotic level cultivation talent to the mixed level cultivation talent. There is a mountain here, there is no mist beast on it, everyone consumes a lot of divine power, rest here for a while to restore divine power. Master Yunlin suggested. It is good, everyone nodded, and immediately went up the mountain and began to rest. But even if they were resting, they still activated the defensive formation, and even took turns to guard to prevent the mist beasts from raiding. Time passed by, and a few hours later, Yi Tian suddenly frowned. Someone is coming this way, Yi Tian secretly said. Through the ability of life and time and space-time talent, he saw a group of people, those of the Blood Wolf Fog Mercenary Group. The direction they are heading is the side of the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group. If it is a coincidence, it is unlikely. Good luck, Zhao. It is not easy to identify the direction in the foggy area, and they move in a straight distance and go straight to this side. Come on, this is no coincidence. Strange, how can the people of the Blood Wolf Mist Mercenary Group know that the Yunmeng Mist Mercenary Group is here? I am sure that the Blood Wolf Tianzun did not leave a soul mark on the Yunmeng Mist Mercenary Group and others. There is only one possibility. There are traitors. Yi Tian guessed. If there is a traitor, as long as you carry a special induction device, the Blood Wolf Tianzun can find it through the induction device. Yi Tian's divine sense glanced around, and found that a cosmic god's face was a little wrong, as if he was looking forward to something, and he was struggling. This man must be a traitor, Yi Tian secretly said. It's a pity that Master Yunlin and others haven't found out yet. Yi Tian didn't panic at all. A mere Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate was undoubtedly an ant to him. If the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate dared to shoot, he wouldn't mind killing him. Chapter 783 The farce should end. Coming. Under the investigation of Yi Tian's life force, the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate was already approaching. At this time, Master Yunlin also felt a deep crisis. Everyone be alert, Lord Yunlin shouted. Whoa whoa. Everyone stopped resting one after another, mobilizing the defensive arrays with all their strength. It can be seen how well the members of the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group cooperated. If anyone else, they would definitely ask Yunlin Master, but they didn't have any doubts, and immediately let's move. It must be said that the prestige of Yunlin Master in the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group is very high. Ha ha ha, Master Yunlin, we meet again. A roar of laughter came. Next moment, the Blood Wolf Tianzun led the Blood Wolf Mist Mercenary Group to appear in front of the Master of Yunlin. Heavenly Venerable Blood Wolf, how did you find us? Lord Yunlin was shocked. She and Blood Wolf Tianzun entered the foggy area from different positions, and she could fly away in another direction, and she didn't know how many times the orientation changed. The outer area of the foggy area is very large, even larger than the entire Chaos Sea. In such an area, how does the Blood Wolf Tianzun track it? Yi Tian also looked towards the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate. He noticed that the few cosmic gods who joined the Blood Wolf Mist Mercenary Group had disappeared. It is estimated that he was killed by Blood 153 Wolf Heavenly Venerate, or deliberately arranged to die. Yi Tian guessed. From the Master of Yunlin, I learned that the Blood Wolf Mist Mercenary Group is one of the rare fog mercenary groups that rarely recruits temporary members, because there are many people in the Blood Wolf Mist Mercenary Group, and the Lord alone has as many as 15 people, coupled with the Blood Wolf Tianzun's own Tianzun level strength. Such a strength is already very strong. The Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate does not need to improve his cultivation talent, so there is no need to fight so hard. Basically, he will only roam around in a little area outside or inside. With cruelty, even if he encounters danger, he will only use the weak cosmic god as the cannon fodder behind the palace. So live well. Therefore, the Blood Wolf Mist Mercenary Group rarely recruits temporary groups, and no one dares to join the Blood Wolf Mist Mercenary Group. Once there are no members, the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate will only forcibly arrest some cosmic gods and forcibly control them. The previous cosmic gods did not understand the situation and joined the Blood Wolf Mist Mercenary Group, but Master Yunlin naturally would not remind the traitors. Now it seems that the Blood Wolf Tianzun is obviously not very concerned about the cosmic gods, and the evil karma of the cosmic gods is not high, and they are not villains, which is inconsistent with the concept of the Blood Wolf Fog Mercenary Group. Therefore, the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate could not keep those cosmic gods, and would definitely kill them. Yi Tian didn't sympathize with those universe gods. In the universe CJFI, if he was in the wrong team, it would only be unlucky. There is a traitor among us, it must be him. One of the universe gods of the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group pointed at Yi Tian and shouted. This universe god was the one Yi Tian had confirmed as a traitor before, but now he is biting Yi Tian back. Shish. Everyone in the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group glared at Yi Tian, and even Master Yunlin frowned at Yi Tian. Master Fatian, is that you? She suspected that it was quite normal. After all, Yi Tian, is the ultimate master of cultivation. Why did he join the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group? Although Yi Tian explained before, but that explanation was too far-fetched. If Yi Tian was a member of the Bloodwolf Mist Mercenary Group and came to the Yunmeng Mist Mercenary Group to act as an undercover agent, then it made perfect sense. In the outside world, the Blood Wolf does not dare to kill the Lord of Yunlin, because it is easy to expose. Once it is discovered, the top Heavenly Venerate Hu Chaos and Lord Yunlin's father are familiar with may chase and kill the Blood Wolf. But if in the foggy area, the Blood Wolf killed the Master of Yunlin, then no one can detect it. How dangerous is the foggy area? The Supreme Beings have fallen, and it is normal for a mere ruler to die in the foggy area. Therefore, the Blood Wolf wanted to kill Yunlin Master in the foggy area. In any respect, the possibility that Yi Tian was an undercover agent was too great. If you think so, it's very possible that I'm undercover. Yi Tian thought. Facing the question from the Master of Yunlin, Yi Tian said lightly, no. You said that you are not a traitor. How did the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate find out here? The Universe God asked again. Believe it or not. Yi Tian said coldly. He didn't bother to explain anything to a group of ants. The Blood Wolf Tianzun still did not act immediately, but surrounded the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group. He knew very well that Yunlin's ruler's strength was not weak, perhaps not as good as Tianzun's, but he might have some cards left by her father on her body. In order to be safe, he must ensure that the Lord of Yunlin cannot escape. Moreover, the undercover agent deliberately caused a conflict between Yi Tian and Lord Yunlin, which was exactly what he wanted. If the two fought, he could even kill Lord Yunlin with a sneak attack in an instant. I believe you, Lord Yunlin suddenly said. This time, Yi Tian was a little surprised. After all, no matter what aspect he looked at, he was too suitable for the feature of being an undercover agent, but Master Yunlin believed him. Why do you believe I'm not a traitor, not an undercover agent? Yi Tian asked curiously. Intuition, Master Yunlin said. And the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate has come. My hope of escaping is very low. You are also the ultimate master, and although I can't feel your strength, it should not be weaker than me. If you were a traitor, you could inflict heavy damage on me in an instant, and even destroy the entire defensive formation, but you did nothing. Captain, you are not deceived, he must be a traitor. The Cosmic God said again. Let's go, I will open a route for you to try to let you escape. Yunlin dominates the road. Sister Head, I'm not leaving. The Lord of Mayuan cried. At this time, the Cosmic God suddenly revoked the defensive formation, and instantly turned into a ray of light and rushed towards the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate. Meet the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate. The God of the Universe bowed and bowed. Yinsha, yes, you have made a great contribution this time, and I will give you a team captain Dang Dang. Blood Wolf Tianzun smiled. Thank you Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate. Yinsha said excitedly. Master Yinsha, you, the Blood Orchid Master and other members of the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group were dumbfounded. At this moment, they don't know where they are. The real traitor is the Yinsha God Lord who has been slandering Yi Tian just now. He is also a member of their Yunmeng Mist Mercenary Group for nearly 9,000 years and is regarded as a life and death companion. Silver Sand God Lord, why? Yunlin dominates his eyes and asks. No reason, because I am a cosmic god secretly cultivated by the Blood Wolf Mist Mercenary Group, and I am good at hiding my emotions, so I was sent on this mission to join your Yunmeng Mist Mercenary Group. The Lord of Silver Sands. So it is, Master Yunlin said with a wry smile. She always thought that her auditing standards were very good. Every member who joined the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group was a family, but now she realized that her so-called joining standards had too many loopholes. For example, if the evil karma is low, if a cosmic god like the Yinsha god is secretly cultivated, there is almost no killing, and the evil karma is naturally low, but it does not mean that the other party is a good person. Master Yunlin, I have ordered people to set up a forbidden sky around. Even if you have a special escape secret treasure, don't even think about escaping. This time, you are dead. Blood Wolf Tianzun said coldly. Just when Master Yunlin and others were desperate, Yi Tian said, the farce should end. I don't have that much time, so I can play with you guys. Chapter 784 Kill the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate. Wow, everyone's eyes turned to Yi Tian. A mere ruler, with such a big tone, people who don't know think it's a supreme being talking. Blood Wolf Tianzun sneered. Attack me, Blood Wolf Tianzun ordered. He himself didn't make a move, because his subordinates were enough to destroy Lord Yunlin and others, and if there was an accident, it would not be too late for him to make a move. The 15 rulers under the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate, and the numerous cosmic gods, all attack the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group. Boom boom boom. After a round of attacks, the defensive formation began to crack. Attack again, Blood Wolf Tianzun ordered. The second round of attacks came, completely shattering the defensive formation of the Yunmeng Mercenary Group. It's over. Yunlin dominates despair. Although she still has some trump cards, she is simply unable to break the game. Even if you die, you have to kill a few people. Yunlin dominates the mind, but just as another round of attacks from the Blood Wolf Misty Mercenary Group came, the world seemed to be imprisoned. I said it was time for the farce to end, and you don't seem to take my word seriously. 1. Yi Tian glanced at it. Boom, the terrifying soul power turned into big hands, grabbed the souls of the masters and the gods of the universe, and immediately squeezed them gently. Crack. The souls of the masters and the gods of the universe were crushed, and they all turned into corpses and fell to the ground. In the blink of an eye, almost all of the Blood Wolf Mist Mercenary Group fell to their deaths. What? The Blood Wolf Tianzun was shocked. These masters and cosmos gods basically all have soul defense treasures, but they are still crushed by Yi Tian. Yi Tian's soul strength is terrifying. How can a master have such terrifying soul power? Blood Wolf Tianzun couldn't believe it. The only thing that reassured him was that he was a heavenly venerate, his soul strength was much stronger than that of the Lord, and he possessed a top-level soul defense treasure. In addition, he had entered the foggy area many times, and had obtained treasures that could temper his soul strength. The strength of the soul is very strong, and it has the confidence to block Yi Tian's soul secret technique. But he still dare not underestimate Yi Tian, because Yi Tian is too confident. He has always been very cautious and never underestimated any opponent, so he can live well in a chaotic place like Chaos Sea. To underestimate the opponent means death. Go to hell. Blood Wolf Tianzun directly used one of his whole cards. That is a secret treasure, the Slaying Spear. This is a special secret treasure created by the top refining master. It seals the top-level supreme blow in the Zune Killing Spear. Once the Zune Killing Spear is activated, it is enough to unleash a terrifying blow. He is only a 4th-class Heavenly Venerate, but if he uses the Slaughtering Spear, he even has the power to severely injure the 3rd-class Heavenly Venerate. A mere ruler, I don't believe that he has the strength of the 3rd-class Heavenly Venerate. Even if he has the 3rd-class Heavenly Venerate combat power, he will be severely injured under the attack of the Slaughtering Spear, and he is still not my opponent. The Blood Wolf Tianzun said. Boom! The Zune Killing Spear turned into a blood-colored spear, pierced through the void, and killed Yi Tian. Lord Fadian, this is the Slaying Spear, dodge it. Lord Yunlin roared in despair. However, for ordinary masters, there is no way to avoid it. The speed of the Slaughtering Spear is too fast, and it has the effect of banning the void, and it is almost impossible to escape. Yi Tian can easily dodge, but he did not dodge. If he dodged, these people of Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group would probably all die. Moreover, the mere blow can only hit the 3rd-class Heavenly Venerate, and he is not qualified to avoid him. I saw that Yi Tian replaced the knife with his finger, and used the first form of the Heavenly Sword system, the Heavenly Moon Sword. His finger drew a crescent moon and collided with the Slaughtering Spear. Click! The sound of breaking sounded. It wasn't Yi Tian's finger that broke, and the Slaughtering Spear. Impossible! The Blood Wolf Tianzun's pupils shrank suddenly, revealing an incredible look. That is the Slayer Spear. Its hardness is comparable to the top treasure, how difficult it is to destroy the Slaughter Spear, and the spear contains a blow that severely damages the 3rd-class gods, even the 2nd-class Supreme can't break it with a single finger. Oh spear! Could he be the hidden Supreme? Blood Wolf Tianzun thought so. No, his cultivation base is the ultimate domination, even if he makes a move, his breath is still dominating. The Blood Wolf Tianzun didn't think much, he knew that he had to escape, otherwise he would die. Wow! A pair of wings emerged from the back of the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate. This is the top treasure, floating wings. Once the source of the top treasure is burned, it is enough to make his speed soar more than 10 times. Ask for flowers. Originally, he was Tianzun, but once the speed was compared with Wan's, it was slower. He believes he can escape. Swish! The Blood Wolf Tianzun turned into a ray of light and flew away. You still want to run away in front of me? Yi Tian sneered. Then, he turned into a constant light and shuttled away. In just an instant, he caught up with the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate and grabbed it with one hand. Boom! The Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate was photographed by Yi Tian from the void, and fell to the ground with heavy damage, and the top-level Supreme Treasure floating wing also cracked. Wow! Yi Tian stopped flying and landed in front of the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate. Your Highness, please spare your life. Blood Wolf Tianzun begged for mercy. In the bottom of his heart, he already thought that Yi Tian was the Supreme. As for his cultivation, it was probably fake, he just used a secret technique he didn't know and couldn't sense it. I'm not the Supreme, I'm just the Master. Yi Tian said. Blood Wolf Tianzun did not refute, but desperately begged for mercy. No matter what Yi Tian's cultivation is, he can't compete anyway, and he can survive only by begging for mercy. I said, I don't want to waste time, so you should die. Yi Tian slapped the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate to death with a slap, and then used Hengguang Divine Ability to return to the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group. Master Fadian, are you alright? Lord Yunlin asked. It's okay, Yi Tian said lightly. This is the thing of the Blood Wolf Tianzun, give it to you. 1. Yi Tian threw the cracked floating wings and Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate's Void Mina ring to Lord Yunlin. Lord of the Heavens, these things are too precious, I can't ask for them. Master Yunlin quickly declined. These things are of no use to me, if you don't want them, then throw them away. Yi Tian said, then I'll take it. Master Yunlin was reluctant to throw away these good things, and immediately said, many thanks to Master Fadian for saving his life. Nothing. Yi Tian waved his hand. I want to know more about the foggy area, can Master Yunlin also tell me some secrets, such as the situation in the inner area and the core area? Sure, Yunlin dominates the Tao. Chapter 785 Crossing the Misty River. The fog area is divided into the outer area, the inner area and the core area. We are now in the outer area. Normally, it is difficult for us to even identify the position in the outer area, and we don't even know how big the fog area is and how to distinguish it. The outer area and the inner area are actually because there is a clear dividing line between the outer area and the inner area. Yunlin dominates the road boundary. Yi Tian was a little surprised. He really didn't know this, although he tried to understand the foggy area, but some things could not be fully understood. Good, Master Yunlin said. If you want to enter the inner area of AA the foggy area, you need to cross a foggy river. There are a lot of foggy beasts in the foggy river. If you don't reach the strength of the realm of the gods, you will easily fall into the foggy river. I don't know if the inner area wants to enter the core area. It can even be said that there are very few people in Chaos Sea who know this secret, because even the Supreme dare not break into the core area rashly. But I heard a secret. The core area is the territory of the terrifying mist beasts, the weakest of which are comparable to the Supreme, and the most powerful mist beast lord is not even the first god of the gods. Listening to Lord Yunlin's narration, Yi Tian learned more about the foggy area. Although the Kunwu Supreme of the human race also entered the foggy area, it was a long time ago, and he only entered the foggy area once, and then left. At that time, Kunwu Supreme only stayed in the outer area of AA the foggy area for a while. Therefore, Kunwu Supreme does not know much about the foggy area. Lord of the Heavens, do you want to enter the inner area? Lord Yunlin asked. Yes, Yi Tian nodded. Although there are many good things in the peripheral area, most of the treasures are relatively general and are not of much use to him. He wants to obtain some treasures that can be of great help to him. If it is even possible, he wants to break into the core area. Suddenly, Master Yunlin bent over and said, Master Fadian, I want to enter the inner area, but I know that my strength is very weak. Even in the outer area, the possibility of falling is very high. I know that Master Fadian will take you with us. Entering the inner area is an excessive request, but I can only help you now. I know a location with a large number of top elixir. My father and I have entered there. It is a valley, but the fog there are a lot of beasts, and my father's strength in the 4th class realm of Heavenly Venerate was also injured. The location there is relatively remote, and a group of old members who followed my father at the time have basically fallen, so no one should know about it. Take us there, I just ask for some elixir. 1. Oh, is there some elixir in there that is worth taking with all your might? Yi Tian asked. There are 9 colored sky crystal grass there, which can transform chaos level cultivation talent into mixed level cultivation talent. Master Yunlin did not hide it. Real, Yi Tian was also moved. Although he doesn't need treasures to improve his cultivation talent, and his family doesn't need them very much, the human race needs them. It is impossible for him to reveal the ability to deprive the gift of copying talent, but if there is a 9-colored sky crystal grass, it is enough for the people to give birth to more supreme beings. Moreover, the value of the 9-colored sky crystal grass is also very high. Even if it is traded, it is enough to exchange for a large amount of wealth. Yes, but I'm not sure how many 9-colored sky crystal grass there are. In addition, we didn't go deep into that valley, and I can't judge whether there is a 9-color sky crystal grass that is comparable to the Supreme. Yunlin dominates the truth. Okay, I'll take you there. If it is successful, I will only take away 80% of the spiritual medicine treasures. Yi Tian promised. Thank you, Lord Fadian. Master Yunlin said excitedly. The other members of the Yunmeng Fog mercenary group were also slightly excited. What did they venture into the foggy area for? Isn't it resources and treasures? If there is a big harvest, in the next 100,000 years and millions of years, there will be no need to come in again. This time, with a strong person like Yi Tian, although they are still in danger, they have enough protection. Although they can't get the top elixir treasures like Jukai Tianjing grass, but there is hope to obtain other elixir treasures. All in all, this is a rare opportunity. Let's go. Yi Tian said. Wow. A group of people rushed to the inner area of the foggy area. Along the way, whenever there are mist beasts rushing over, Yi Tian directly shoots to kill them. Therefore, the people of the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group did not encounter any danger at all, just like visiting a garden. But everyone is very clear, all this is because of Yi Tian. If there is no Yi Tian, they dare to fly to the inner area so quickly, it is simply courting death. A few days later, the misty river that blocked the outer area and the inner area appeared, and there were countless misty beasts in the misty river, one by one, roaring up to the sky, shaking the entire misty river. There is a peculiar rule power over the misty river. It cannot fly at high altitudes, but can only fly at low altitudes. Moreover, the rules of space are prohibited here, and you can't do it if you want to shuttle. Yunlin dominates the road. Just fly over there. Yi Tian said. Everyone in the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary group flew over in unison, and they started the defensive formation, but they were still very nervous. Boom! A large number of misty beasts appeared, about 1,000 heads, and the speed was too fast, even faster than the master, which was comparable to the speed of the Heavenly Venerate. And there are several misty beasts of the Heavenly Venerate level among them. Even if the 5th-ranked Heavenly Venerate comes here, unless the treasures are exhausted, there is no hope of breaking through. No, how can I be a misty beast? Lord Yunlin was shocked. In the past, she followed her father there once. At that time, there was no misty beast of the Heavenly Venerate level, and the strongest one was only the Master of the Extreme. It took her father a little effort to cross the Misty River. But this time seems to be a bit unlucky. Do not worry. Yi Tian said lightly. Master Yunlin glanced at Yi Tian, and then heaved a sigh of relief. Town. Yi Tian pointed, the void solidified. Boom. Under the squeeze of the void, a large number of misty beasts were crushed into blood mist, and the few misty beasts of the Heavenly Venerate were also crushed by Yi Tian, turning into corpses and falling towards the Misty River. Under Yi Tian's shot, everyone crossed the Misty River without any risk. So strong. 5.8 Yunlin dominates secretly evaluation. Before, Yi Tian easily defeated the Blood Wolf Heavenly Venerate with ease, but the speed was too fast, and they did not have an intuitive reflection at all. Now Yi Tian killed a large number of mist beasts easily, which fully reflects his strength. The Lord of the Heavens has such strength with the cultivation of the Lord. Could it be the top Supreme Highness that a certain cosmic clan secretly cultivated? Yunlin dominates speculation, but even a top-level Supreme Highness might not necessarily possess such strength. In other words, Lord Fatian is a son of a certain era in the 12 Universe era forces. Master Yunlin thought again. Master Yunlin, then you lead the way. Yi Tian said. $3. Master Yunlin nodded, and then threw a series of ways to identify the direction. It took a long time to confirm the location of the valley. There, Master Yunlin pointed in one direction. Chapter 786 Kill the Supreme Mist Beast. The group flew towards the mysterious valley. Along the way, the mist beasts encountered were very powerful, and even encountered a mist beast comparable to Tian Zun, but they were all killed by Yi Tian. Everyone came to the outside of the valley very safely. Lord of the Heavens, it's here. Master Yunlin pointed to the valley road in front of him. It's a pity that the fog here is extremely dense, and the dominant consciousness cannot explore the depths of the valley, and from the depths of the valley, a terrifying breath is vaguely transmitted, and the rest of the Yunmeng Fog mercenary group even trembled all over. He got up, as if there was something terrifying inside the valley. Life Tiantong. Yi Tian opened this ability, and all the life breath of the entire valley was immediately seen by him. Although the life pupil can only see the life level of a creature, it can roughly judge the strength of a life. 13 Heavenly Venerate Mist Beasts, 1 Supreme Mist Beast, this is equivalent to a small territory of a Supreme Mist Beast. Yi Tian secretly said. He now thinks that the father who dominated Yunlin was lucky, and did not cause the attack of the Supreme Mist Beast, otherwise the mere Heavenly Venerate powerhouse would not be able to escape at all. You guys don't go in. Just stay outside. As for the 29 Yunlin Master, you can choose to go in with me or stay outside. Yi Tian said. I'll come in with you. Master Yunlin was also very curious about the situation in this valley, so he said so. Yes, but you can't shoot, just stand beside me and watch, the mist beast inside is very strong. 1. Yi Tian said. Clear. Master Yunlin nodded. She knew the situation in this valley. The father who was in the realm of Heavenly Venerate was only the first time to enter the valley and was driven out. If he hadn't escaped quickly, he would have even fallen into the valley. Therefore, she is very self-aware and will not mess around. As for the rest of the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary group staying outside and opening the defensive formation, as long as they are not unlucky, nothing will happen in a short time. If something really happened, Yi Tian could also come out to rescue them in time. Valley. Yi Tian and Lord Yunlin walked in, and soon they were attacked by a group of mist beasts. These mist beasts are mist beasts that dominate the realm, but each one is very powerful. Yunlin Master can deal with 1 or 2 such mist beasts by one person, but there are not only 1 or 2 mist beasts, but hundreds of them, and there are hundreds of masters in the outside world. Many cosmic clans do not have so many masters, but now there are so many master-level mist beasts in this foggy area, and this is just a valley. The foggy area has a big secret. Yi Tian sighed secretly. Everyone knows that there are big secrets here, but no one can fully understand the secrets here. It's like everyone knows that there are secrets in the depths of the abyss of destruction, but who can go down? Even the master of the ancient times would not dare to go down, otherwise if he was surrounded by many kings of destruction, and the rules were not obvious there, the master of the ancient times would not dare to go down, will fall. Boom! A huge black shadow attacked, its terrifying aura and sky-defying speed made Lord Yunlin shiver all over, as if he had witnessed death. Heavenly Venerable Mist Beast. Master Yunlin swallowed her saliva, her body couldn't help but tremble with fear. In the foggy area, no matter how weak the Heavenly Venerable Mist Beast is very scary, even more terrifying than the Blood Wolf, and now facing a Heavenly Venerable Mist Beast at close range, how can she not be afraid? Die! Yi Tian took action, replacing the knife with his hand, and killed the Heavenly Venerable Mist Beast with one knife. I saw the corpse of the Heavenly Venerate Mist Beast fell to the ground, but the breath on the body was not annihilated. Before, Lord Yunlin didn't have time to collect the Heavenly Venerate Mist Beast that died on the Misty River, but now the corpse of this Heavenly Venerate Mist Beast is right in front of you. Master Fadian, do you still want the corpse of this Misty Beast? Lord Yunlin asked. Don't want. Yi Tian nodded. This Heavenly Venerable Mist Beast's corpse may be worth a lot of divine crystals, but he doesn't lack those resources at all, so he doesn't care at all. Then I charge. Master Yunlin quickly collected the corpse of this Heavenly Venerate Mist Beast. The value of the Heavenly Venerate Mist Beast crystal alone is very great. It can even be used as a trading currency in Chaos Sea, which is enough to exchange for many cultivation resources. Here comes the little trouble. Yi Tian suddenly looked at the depths of the valley and said. What little trouble? Lord Yunlin asked. 12 Heavenly Venerate Mist Beasts, plus a Supreme Mist Beast. Yi Tian said plainly. What? Lord Fadian, let's run away. Lord Yunlin was shocked. Even if she can go to the front to pick the 9-colored sky crystal grass, she doesn't have that thought at all at this moment. The Supreme Fog Beast, how powerful is that? In her opinion, no matter how powerful Yi Tian is, he can only possess Heavenly Venerable level combat power at best. It is impossible to have Supreme level combat strength. Don't worry, it's just a weak Supreme level Mist Beast, probably equivalent to a 5th level Supreme. Yi Tian said, even if it is a 5th class Supreme, it is not something we can compete against. Master Yunlin was very anxious and persuaded Yi Tian again and again. Boom boom boom. The breath of the 12 Heavenly Venerate Mist Beasts and the breath of the Supreme Mist Beast were crushed, suppressing the void, as if the time and space were frozen. At this moment, Lord Yunlin found that he couldn't even move. Fear, really big horror. At this moment, she regrets it very much, knowing that this valley has a Supreme level Mist Beast. How could she come here? Suddenly, boom, Yi Tian's aura burst out, making Yunlin master free from aura suppression. 12 Heavenly Venerable Mist Beasts, and a 5th class Supreme Mist Beast, want to kill me too. Ridiculous. Yi Tian took out his Xeon Supreme Treasure Long Sword and used the 3rd form of the Heavenly Sword series, Heavenly Killing Sword. Heaven Killing Knife, cut. Boom. The sky and the earth are filled with countless sword lights, and each light contains the strongest aura of the sword, as if it can kill all enemies. Tear. One by one, the Heavenly Venerate Mist Beast was smashed by the sword energy, and even the 5th class Supreme Mist Beast didn't have time to escape. It was cut into countless pieces and fell on the spot. Too weak. There is no life-saving ability at all, and there is still a big gap with the real Supreme. Yi Tian muttered. Beside, Master Yunlin was stunned. 12 Heavenly Venerable Mist Beasts, 1 Supreme Rank Mist Beast, just died like this. It turned out to be a little trouble. No, it's not even a trouble, the Lord of the Heavens is so strong. Lord Yunlin said in shock. She even wondered if Yi Tian is the master can kill the Supreme, just kidding. Let's go, there are no more powerful Mist Beasts in this valley, let's go pick elixir. 1. Yi Tian smiled. Chapter 787 Distribute the Harvest. Inside the valley, Yi Tian and Master Yunlin picked the spirit medicines one by one. These spirit medicines are top-level spirit medicines in the universe, and there are many spirit medicines that can improve their cultivation talents. 9 colors Sky Crystal Grass. Master Yunlin saw this elixir and hurried up to pick it carefully, for fear of damaging the 9-colored Sky Crystal Grass. A total of 3 9-colored Sky Crystal Grass. Yi Tian glanced around and muttered. In addition to the 9-colored Sky Crystal Grass, there are many elixir that are comparable to the 9-colored Sky Crystal Grass, but they are not used to improve cultivation talent but to improve other aspects. For example, elixir used to temper the body, temper the soul, and improve understanding. Many of these elixir are even of great use to Kunwu Supreme. Although Kunwu Supreme and other Supremes are not heaven-defying, they can slowly temper the body and soul at the Supreme level, but it is more difficult, but these spirits' medicine can make them improve a little bit of strength and can be used to trade with them. Yi Tian thought to himself. In a short period of time, Yi Tian and Master Yunlin had harvested tens of thousands of elixir in total, and this was only the elixir of this piece, and there were still many elixir in the depths of the real valley. Go ahead, there are still many elixir deep in the valley. Yi Tian said. Master Yunlin nodded and immediately followed Yi Tian into the depths of the valley. Although there are still some misty beasts here, they are all weak and small, and they can't hinder Yi Tian's footsteps at all. All misty beasts who dare to attack have died in Yi Tian's hands. Deep in the valley, this is the lair of the Supreme Mist Beast, and there are at least more than 100,000 elixir plants growing here. There are a lot of elixir that can help me practice the Chaos Golden Desolation art. Yi Tian calculated. However, his Chaos Golden Desolation art is already in the 8th level Dacheng realm, but it will be very difficult to advance to the 8th level Perfection realm. These elixir are only a very small part of the elixir that has an effect on him, so it may not be true. He helped him break through the bottleneck and be promoted to the 8th level of Perfection. This time, Yi Tian and Master Yunlin took a long time to finally pick all these elixir. Afterwards, Yi Tian searched the entire valley for a long time and found tens of thousands of spirit medicines. It's time to go out. Yi Tian said. Master Yunlin nodded, but he was a little reluctant to give up. There are too many elixir here. Although almost all of them have been picked, there may be many elixir that have not been found. However, since Yi Tian said to leave, she naturally has to leave. Don't be too greedy. Yunlin dominates the secret passage. Soon, the two came out of the valley. Sisterhead, Master Fadian, you guys have come out. The Master of Mayuan breathed a sigh of relief. Before, she also sensed the aura that erupted in the depths of the valley, and that aura made her extremely desperate, far surpassing the average heavenly venerate mist beast, and it might even reach the supreme level. But even if she knew that it was dangerous inside, she didn't dare to move and could only wait for the result. Now that Yi Tian and Yunlin have dominated, she is naturally completely relieved. It came out, and the harvest was great. Yunlin dominates the road. Afterwards, Lord Yunlin and Yi Tian took out all the elixir they had harvested. Then, Yi Tian took 80% of the elixir, among which, he took 2 of the 9-colored sky crystal grass. He doesn't need the 9-colored sky crystal grass, but the human race needs it. There are many ancient existences in the human race that dominate the ultimate cultivation level. Although these ancient beings were not the Supreme Highness at the beginning, but with great perseverance and great opportunity, each and every one of them was comparable to the Heavenly Venerate in combat power, but unfortunately, they were a little less fortunate, and they never got the 9-colored sky crystal grass and other elixir. If you bring back these 2 spirit medicines, it will be enough to give birth to 2 supreme beings. The ruler of Mayuan also wanted the 9-colored heavenly crystal grass, but these elixir were almost the credit of Yi Tian, so they naturally did not dare to ask for the 9-colored heavenly crystal grass. Soon, the elixir was distributed. Yi Tian owns 80%, Master Yunlin occupies 10%, and the remaining 10% is divided into the members of the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group. It can be said that everyone gains a lot. Next, our Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group won't have to take risks for millions of years. Master Yunlin said excitedly, you are leaving. If you want to leave, I will send you out of the inner area and return to the outer area. 1. Yi Tian said, then it's troublesome for Fadian to dominate. Yunlin dominates the road. It's just a small matter. And this time, if you hadn't brought me to this valley, I wouldn't have gained so much. In the inner area of the foggy area, such treasures are absolutely rare. Yi Tian said. The group returned and soon came to the Misty River. This time, they seemed to be lucky, they didn't encounter the heavenly venerate mist beast, and they returned to the outer area with ease. Then, Yi Tian escorted another distance, and only stopped when he approached the outside world. I'll send it here. For the next part of the journey, as long as you are careful, there should be no danger. 1. Yi Tian said, thank you, Lord Fadian. Everyone in the Yunmeng Misty Mercenary Group responded. Everyone is also very clear that this time they are separated, and it is estimated that they will encounter each other in the future. Sudden, Master Yunlin asked curiously. Master Fadian, although it is a bit presumptuous, but I really want to know, what is your real identity? Master Fadian should be your pseudonym. Yi Tian was silent for a while, then suddenly said with a smile, my name is Yi Tian. After that, Yi Tian left. Yi Tian, Master Yunlin muttered a few words to himself, and then he was shocked. I know who he is. Who is it? The ruler of Mayuan and others were curious. The first genius of the human race, and the first genius of the universe, known as the strongest son of the era in history, the master of all methods. Yunlin dominates the road. What? Master of 10,000 laws, the genius who has been legendary all the way. It is rumored that his cultivation time is very short, his age is very young, but his progress is too fast. Even the sons of those in the 12 universe era of Delihao neither is his opponent. Lord Mayuan worships Daohuo. Yeah, I should have guessed it long ago. People in the universe who can possess such terrifying strength at the master level are naturally not unknown, and only the master of all laws has such strength. But it seems that the external connection is still far away. To underestimate the master of 10,000 laws, and to kill the supreme being, is simply too terrifying. Master Yunlin sighed. She even has a feeling that it won't be long before the master of all laws will no longer be the master of all laws, but the sovereign of all laws, and it will not be a problem to even move the entire universe and surpass the number one divine master of the Protoss. Yi Tian returned to the inner area again. For him, it was nothing to tell Master Yunlin, even if Master Yunlin and others exposed his identity, but now there are very few supremes who want to capture him. And once he dared to do something to him, it would be equal to offending a son of the heaven-defying era, who would dare to do so. Therefore, he is not afraid at all. Chapter 788 has the core area of AA Great Terror. Mist area, inner area. Yi Tian is not too arrogant here, he has always opened the life pupil, and definitely does not approach those terrifying existences. Because under the exploration of the life, there are also some existences in the inner area that he cannot compete with for the time being, which is definitely equivalent to the strength of the second-class supreme. Of course, such mist beasts are very rare, and unless it is bad luck, people will not encounter them. Yi Tian knew their location, so he wouldn't go looking for death. After all, the speed of the mist beast of the second-class supreme level can be incomparably against the sky, even surpassing the speed of the first-class supreme in the universe, and even surpassing the speed of Yi Tian's constant light magical power. Yi Tian has been looking for elixir in the inner area, and did not immediately go to the core area. If he can find enough elixir that suits him in the inner area, there is no need for him to take risks in the core area for the time being. After all, even the first god of the god race almost fell into the core area, which must be extremely dangerous. Time passed little by little, and 9 years passed in a blink of an eye. During these 9 years, he has visited many places in the inner area, but still has not visited the entire inner area. With the ability of Life Tiantong, he hardly encountered any danger, and he also found several treasures similar to the valley at the beginning, killing more than hundreds of Tianzun-level mist beasts, and supreme-level mist beasts also exceeded 10 supremes, counting 150-300 heavenly venerates. Such a force even surpassed the human race, but because of the lack of supreme beings, it was unable to form a civilization, and Yi Tian alone killed them. It has to be said that the mist beast without the foundation of civilization, no matter how strong it is a mess of sand. After 9 years of searching, Yi Tian had already collected enough elixir, and there were more than a dozen elixir that could enhance cultivation talent like the 9-colored sky crystal grass, which was enough for the race to give birth to more than a dozen new supremes. There are too many treasures in the foggy area, but it's a pity that other supreme beings dare not step into the inner area casually, otherwise, if I search for it so recklessly, I don't know how many times I will die. Yi Tian muttered. There was less than a year left until the foggy area disappeared, and he didn't dare to bet that he would survive in the foggy area. Time is running out, I have to return within half a year at most. Yi Tian decided. He is not going to continue searching in the inner area, but is going to get close to the core area. He has life pupils and can detect the existence of life breath, so if he detects a terrifying mist beast, he can leave immediately. Just take a look, Yi Tian said. Swish, he flew to the core area of the foggy area. It didn't take long for him to see a sky curtain, and it was this sky curtain that hindered Sheng Tiantong's exploration. Otherwise, with the scope of his investigation, he would have already explored the situation in the core area. First try to incarnate with consciousness. Yi Tian thought. Wow, the incarnation of consciousness appeared, passed through the sky, and entered the core area. No danger. Yi Tian immediately entered the core area, and at the moment of entering the core area, he opened the life pupil ability. Boom, one after another terrifying aura of life ran through the world, making Yi Tian startled. All are 6th-order lives, and the weakest are supreme. Yi Tian's pupils shrank sharply. These are real 6th-order lives, not fake 6th-order lives. Judging from their life breath, those misty beasts on the edge of the core area should be second-class supreme, and those at the core are probably already first-class supreme. The most terrifying thing was the extreme distance detected by the Tiantong of life. There were several misty beasts whose life aura had already reached the 7th order life, and the life intensity even exceeded that of the first-class supreme. Even if the Lord of the ancient world could contend against it, he would be afraid, or far from. The core area didn't expect it to be so terrifying. Yi Tian was shocked. Sudden, a breath of air came across the space and seemed to have found Yi Tian. Walk. Yi Tian passed through the sky in an instant, returned to the inner area, and then used the constant light magical power to fly towards the outside at extreme speed. It seemed that those terrifying mist beasts couldn't get out, so they didn't chase them down. But Yi Tian CJFI is no longer ready to probe the secrets of the core area of AA, the foggy area. That is not what he can probe now. At this moment, Yi Tian really realized how many secrets of the universe are. The foggy area, the abyss of destruction, and the origin realm, these are just 3 of them. No place can compete with the 10,000 races in the main space of the universe. Yi Tian thought to himself. Soon, Yi Tian came out of the foggy area. Looking back at the foggy area, at this moment, he felt that the foggy area was like a huge gluttonous gluttony that was swallowing countless lives. Check it out later. 1. Yi Tian muttered. Human race, holy city. Yi Tian is back. This time, when he came back, he immediately convened a supreme meeting. Although he now dominates the realm, he has already been regarded as a new supreme by the supremes of the human race, so he has the right to hold a supreme conference. Hunyuan Supreme, Kunwu Supreme, Divine Blade Supreme, number. ... This time, a total of 13 supremes came, and some supremes were in retreat, or other things were delayed, so not all of them came. Lord of the Laws, I don't know what is the so-called opening meeting this time. God Blade Supreme asked. Everyone, I went to the foggy area not long ago. 1. Yi Tian said. Misty area. As soon as they heard this name, many supreme beings changed their expressions. This is a very dangerous place. Among them, some of the supremes almost fell there, and now there are few supremes who dare to go to the foggy area. Yi Tian continued. In the foggy area, I found 15 elixir that can transform chaos level cultivation talent into chaos level cultivation talent, as well as a large number of spirits that can raise you level cultivation talent to chaos level cultivation talent. Medicine. Of course, there are also many elixir that can make the supremes temper their bodies and souls. I wonder if you are interested. What, really? Even the supreme primordial changed his expression and seemed very excited. Of course it's true. Yi Tian grabbed it casually, took out a batch of elixir from the small universe in his body, and placed them in front of many supremes. He is not afraid of being robbed by the supremes. Everyone is a human race, and with so many supremes present, whoever dares to rob them will be shamed and will offend all the supremes. Cough. My promised sword sect has 3 ancient masters, and they have accumulated to the extreme. Once they break through to the realm of heavenly venerate, they will be sure to hit the supreme level combat power in a short period of time, creating 3 more supremes for our human race, so I want to 3 elixir that can be upgraded to mixed level cultivation talent. Wuji Supreme said. Our primordial divine mountain also needs a few elixir that can be upgraded to mixed level cultivation talent. Hunyuan Supreme also said. Each and every one of the supremes opened their mouths, all eager to get this kind of elixir. Chapter 789 Trading with the Terran Supremes. There are 9 supreme powers in the human race, and in addition to the supreme hall of the human race, only 15 spirit medicines are naturally not enough. Yi Tian pondered for a while, and then said, Everyone, I have only obtained a total of 15 spirit medicines that can cultivate mixed level cultivation talents, and the heavenly pavilion where I am also needs these spirit medicines, so I can only mix out a maximum of 13 plants. Such elixir. Well, I will sell 2 elixir in the Supreme Hall of Human Race, 2 elixir in Hunyuan Shenshin, 2 elixir in the Divine Blade Alliance, and 1 elixir from each of the other forces. The forces that can only buy 1 elixir are naturally a little unhappy, but these elixir belong to Yi Tian, AA, and Yi Tian will sell them to whomever he wants. The elixir sold by Yi Tian, AA, the major forces only need to use ordinary resources and some classics and secrets to buy them. This is a very cost-effective transaction for the major forces. If the human race wanted to buy these spirit medicines obtained by foreigners, they would have to spend at least 100 times the price, and they would not even have the chance to buy them. Only because Yi Tian is a human race, the major forces have such a cheap account. After half a day, Yi Tian completed the transaction with the major forces, and the value obtained from these 13 spirit medicines alone is enough to allow Tianj to develop for countless years. Everyone, here are some elixir that will be of great help to you in refining your body and soul. If you want to buy this time, you must come up with some good things, such as some treasures and powerful treasures or from the universe, some rare treasures. Yi Tian said, many of the supremes present have already reached their limit, and it is very difficult to move forward. Therefore, they naturally want as much elixir as they want. The elixir that Yi Tian traded out was basically of little use to him, and he wouldn't take out the elixir that was really useful to him. Master of the laws, this is a kind of ore that I accidentally obtained in a secret realm somewhere in the universe. It is very tough. I asked a few of the ethnic refiners to temper it into a weapon, but they all failed. It is too hard and fundamentally hard. There's no way to melt it. But just because of its incomparably strong nature, I can't destroy it, which is enough to prove its rarity, and it should be enough to exchange for a lot of elixir, right? Hunyuan Supreme took out a piece of ore and said. Can. Yi Tian nodded, but his heart was ecstatic. Hunyuan Supreme does not know this ore, but he does. He obtained Harmon's memory, and now he has digested all of these memories, and he also obtained a lot of information from the secret realm of the Tibetan God organization, so he has a good understanding of some special and rare materials in the chaos and the universe, all know. The ore that Hunyuan Supreme took out is called indestructible divine gold. It has indestructible properties and is an extremely rare innate source. Because its sturdy appearance isolates all spiritual consciousness and soul power, it is considered a supreme being. There is no way to detect the original aura inside it, only thinking that it is some kind of ore. I don't know how much more precious the immortal divine gold is than the innate light source, but unfortunately I don't have a great supernatural power corresponding to the immortal divine gold, otherwise it would be enough to cultivate a top-notch supernatural power that is even more powerful than the constant light divine power. Yi Tian thought to himself. It can be said that this piece of inextinguishable gold alone is enough to buy all the elixir on his body, and even more than that. But Yi Tian wouldn't tell the truth, otherwise, Primordial might not sell this piece of indestructible gold. Certainly, Yi Tian also gave this piece of inextinguishable divine gold a higher valuation, which made Primordial Supreme rejoice, and everyone was very happy. Subsequently, the other Supremes also took out good things one by one. Although there is no indestructible divine gold, they are all good things, and Yi Tian has gained a lot. Before the meeting, Yi Tian reminded, Supremes, don't think that I got so many good things in the foggy area, so you rashly entered the foggy area. To tell you the truth, the reason why I was able to find so many good things is because my life level has reached the 7th level, and I have some special abilities. Please do not attempt to enter the foggy area. Even in the inner area of the foggy area, there are even foggy beasts that are comparable to the second-class Supreme. What is even more terrifying is the core area, where there is a real horror. Many misty beasts that are comparable to the second-class Supreme and even the first-class Supreme live there, and even far exceed the existence of the first-class Supreme. It can even be said that if the Supremes of the 12 Cosmos era dare to enter the foggy area, once they escape slowly, they will all die. Kunwu Supreme said quickly, Master of all laws, don't worry, we will not enter the foggy area. The other Supremes also promised one by one, even if there were a few Supremes who wanted to go in and have a try, but hearing Yi Tian said this, they naturally extinguished the idea of going in. There are even existences beyond the first-class Supreme in the foggy area, isn't it enough to destroy them with a single look? After the Supremes left, Yi Tian also went back to retreat. Heaven Pavilion. Yi Tian first put the traded resources into the treasure house of Tianj, and then gave some cultivation resources to his wife Xiao Yu and younger sister Yi Yu, and then he really entered the retreat. This time, he was going to raise the Chaos Golden Desolate Art to the 8th level of perfection. A for Flowersa. Time passed slowly like this, and in the blink of an eye it was 3,000 years. Close the secret room. Spiritual medicines were suspended around Yi Tian, and as Yi Tian breathed, the spirits lost their potency and turned into ashes. At the same time, Yi Tian's body was constantly getting stronger, and the limit of his body was advancing in waves, reaching an incredible level. Boom! Yi Tian has ushered in a complete transformation. At this moment, he has completely cultivated the Chaos Golden Desolate Art to the 8th level of perfection, and the physical strength has also advanced to the extreme, and there is no way to advance further. My flesh is enough to sweep the universe. Yi Tian muttered. Now, his strength has also improved a lot, reaching the peak of the 4th class Supreme, and he is only one step away from entering the ranks of the 3rd class Supreme. If he chooses to break through to the realm of heavenly venerate now, he will directly step into several levels of supreme, and he is not sure. Domination to Tianzun is a huge breakthrough. The deeper the accumulation, the greater the increase in strength after the breakthrough. If it was before, Yi Tian chose to make a breakthrough now, but with the memory of Harmon and the inheritance of the Tibetan God organization, Yi Tian is very clear about the difference between the Supreme Being and the Supreme Being in the chaos. In the chaos, some powerful Earth Venerables far surpassed other Earth Venerables, and were even strong enough to compete with the Destiny Realm. Although they relied on the accumulation of countless years and many top-level supernatural powers, they also had one that other Earth Venerables did not have. The advantage, that is the body of semi-chaotic life. Destiny powerhouses are all chaotic beings, but if the earthly venerable powerhouse chooses to break through in a place where the primordial energy of chaos is extremely rich and even contains a trace of the origin of chaos, it is very likely to condense the body of semi-chaotic life, and the body will get a very terrifying increase. Yi Tian doesn't know, but now that he knows this secret, he naturally wants to try to condense the body of semi-chaotic life when he hits the realm of heavenly venerate. The universe is no better than chaos. There are many such places in chaos, but such places in the universe are too rare. Yi Tian muttered. Rare doesn't mean none, because part of the universe is square. Next, Yi Tian began to collect information, mainly to collect the treasure land that was most likely to contain the aura of the origin of chaos. Even if it wasn't, it didn't matter. 100 years later, the three places are in line with Yi Tian's intelligence, but whether it is specific or not, he needs to confirm it in person. This day, Yi Tian left the human race. Chapter 790 The Chaos Ancient Well of the Protoss. In the universe, there is a place called Xuanyuanhai, which is the territory of the Xuanyuan clan of the universe. However, the Xuanyuan clan is just an ordinary cosmos clan. There are only 6 supreme beings at present, and the number of heavenly deity is only 13, far less than the human race. However, the days of the Xuanyuan clan were very good, so the Xuanyuan clan was good at formations, and almost made the star field of the Xuanyuan clan like a forbidden area. If Tianzun enters the territory, once he shows hostility, he will surely die. Because of this, the Xuanyuan clan is very mysterious in the outside world, and there is no cosmic clan that dares to attack the Xuanyuan clan. This day, outside the territory of the Xuanyuan clan, a figure appeared. It was Yi Tian. His goal this time was Xuanyuanhai. Xuanyuanhai, it is rumored that there is a large amount of chaotic vitality there, which is very pure, and in the history of the Xuanyuan clan, there have also been some geniuses who specialize in cultivating the chaos Tao, but it is a pity that the progress is very slow. There is no 153, a person who has stepped into the supreme level. Xuanyuanhai is very likely to meet my requirements for a half-step chaotic life body. If this is the case, I can discuss with the Xuanyuan family and borrow their Xuanyuanhai. 1. Yi Tian muttered. Under normal circumstances, foreigners who want to enter the Xuanyuan clan will definitely not be allowed. But if it is only to visit the Xuanyuan clan will not refuse it. After all, the human race is far away from the Xuanyuan clan, and the two sides have no interest relationship. Moreover, Yi Tian is currently only the master, and the Xuanyuan clan will not fear Yi Tian. The ruler of the human race has come to visit the Xuanyuan clan. Yi Tian's voice was introduced into the Xuanyuan clan's domain protector array, and was naturally heard by the heavenly venerate who was monitoring the domain protector array. Wow, a celestial venerable of Xuanyuan clan appeared. It turned out to be the master of all laws. I don't know what happened to my Xuanyuan clan. Xuanyuan clan Tianzun asked. Yi Tian recognized this heavenly venerate and said with a smile, Zishan heavenly venerate, I have traveled the universe and been here before. I heard that the Xuanyuan Sea of the Xuanyuan clan is used for the treasure land of chaos. I happen to be practicing chaos Tao, so I want to go to Xuanyuanhai to see, maybe have some insights. I wonder if the Xuanyuan family is convenient. Thissa Zishan Tianzun frowned slightly. If it were an ordinary person, he would have refused directly, but Yi Tian is not an ordinary person, but the #1 genius in the universe. Even if he dominates the ultimate cultivation base, his combat power may be even stronger than him. If such a big person becomes the supreme in the future, at least it will be at the level of the first god, or even surpass the first god, comparable to the existence of the ancient master. Therefore, he did not dare to offend Yi Tian. Master of the laws, I will report to the supreme being of the clan, and please wait for a while. Zishan Tianzun apologized. Can? Yi Tian nodded. Soon, Zishan Tianzun got the answer from the supreme members of the clan. Master of 10,000 laws, the supremes in the clan can let you go to Xuanyuan Sea to observe, but the time cannot be long, 10 days is the most. In addition, I need to accompany you on this trip. Lord of 10,000 laws should also have heard of our Xuanyuan the rules of the clan, but also hope to forgive. Zishan Tianzun Dao, no problem. Yi Tian was not angry at all, he felt very surprised that the Xuanyuan clan could let him enter the Xuanyuan clan territory for 10 days. Moreover, he does not need 10 days, a few hours are enough. Master of all laws, please come in. Zishan Tianzun opened a small portal on the Great Protector Array, said. Thank you. Yi Tian followed Zishan Tianzun to officially step into the Xuanyuan clan's star territory and headed to the Xuanyuan Sea. Soon, the two came to Xuanyuanai. Xuanyuanai is almost a holy place for the Xuanyuan clan. Many geniuses in Xuanyuanai and the powerhouses above the universe gods practice here. The arrival of Yi Tian and Zishan Tianzun attracted the attention of many Xuanyuan people. Aliens. Yi Tian was recognized. Many people are very curious about Yi Tian's identity and can come to Xuanyuan Sea as a foreigner. Master of all laws, this is the Xuanyuan Sea of Aar Xuanyuan clan. Zishan Tianzun Dao, it's amazing. Yi Tian took a look and said. Immediately, he used a secret technique to investigate the concentration of chaotic primordial energy in Xuanyuan Sea and the origin of chaotic aura, but unfortunately he did not detect it. Hey, the concentration of chaotic vitality is still a lot worse. Although it is a treasure land, it does not meet my requirements. I cannot condense a half-step chaotic life body here. Yi Tian sighed secretly. Certainly, even if it doesn't help him here, he can't come and leave, otherwise it will be too suspicious. So, Yi Tian stayed here for 10 days, mainly walking around. Soon, many geniuses in Xuanyuanai learned that the first day in the universe came here, and they wanted to challenge Yi Tian, but they were reprimanded by the heavenly venerates of the Xuanyuan clan. After 10 days, Yi left the sky. After Yi Tian left, there was a person next to Zishan Tianzun, who was one of the supremes of the Xuanyuan clan, Banyu Supreme. Tianzun Zishan, what do you think is the purpose of the human race's master of all laws to come to our Xuanyuan clan? Banyu Supreme asked. It's definitely not just to see Xuanyuanai, maybe he wants to find an opportunity, but it is estimated that he has not found an opportunity that belongs to him. Zishan Tianzun guessed. Yes, the master of 10,000 laws is very mysterious, and his achievements on the Chaos Dao are very high, but unfortunately he is not a member of our Xuanyuan clan. Banyu Supreme sighed. After leaving from the Xuanyuan clan, Yi Tian went to the second place, which is one of the 10 forbidden areas of the universe, the Demon Ruins. The Chaos Demon Market is full of chaotic vitality and a kind of terrifying demon energy. It is very dangerous, and even the Supreme Being may fall. Yi Tian only dared to break into this forbidden place because of his life. But even so, Yi Tian was also very embarrassed in the Chaos Demon Market, but in the end he was sure that the Chaos Demon Market was not the treasure he wanted, but looked like a Jedi. There's only one last place left, and I don't want to go there if it's not necessary. 1 inch. Yi Tian muttered. That place is called Chaos Courtyard, and it is also the largest Chaos Ancient Well in the universe. In the universe, some ancient chaotic wells are often born, which contain a large amount of chaotic vitality, and some treasures are born, which can be called a world. Whenever some advanced chaotic ancient wells appear, it will cause some powerful supremes to fight. For example, Kunwu Supreme and others once fought for resources for the advanced chaotic ancient wells. There has also been an ancient chaotic well on the earth, which is located in the Yuanji, but that Yuanji is the Yuanji that was forcibly opened, with a limited lifespan, and it was completely broken after it was opened once. At the beginning, he also saw the ancient chaotic well, but the ancient chaotic well was only the lowest level incomplete 5.8 chaotic ancient well. Even so, he did not dare to enter the ancient chaotic well at that time, otherwise he would definitely die. The Protoss also occupied a stalwart Yuanji, with the largest ancient well of chaos, and continuously cultivated a son of the universe. Back then, for the sake of that origin realm, the Protoss fought against multiple cosmic clans and super clan demon clans, and even lost a lot of supreme beings before they snatched this origin realm and that ancient well of chaos. Therefore, it is very difficult to get close to that chaotic ancient well, let alone go in. The chaotic primordial chi inside the ancient well of chaos is almost incomparably rich, even much richer than the primordial chaotic primordial chi of the outside world, and it is most likely to form the primordial aura of chaos. It's a pity that the primordial realm and the ancient well of primordial chaos are occupied by the gods. To enter, you must agree to the Protoss. Yi Tian frowned. He was thinking about how to trade with the Protoss, so that the Protoss promised to let him enter the ancient well of chaos. Why don't you do it that way? Yi Tian thought of a way. Chapter 791 The first God Lord agreed. The one with the highest status among the Protoss is undoubtedly the first God Lord of the God race. As long as the first God Lord of the God race promises to let him enter the ancient well of chaos, then he can enter the ancient well of chaos. As for how to convince the first God Lord of the Protoss, that is definitely not easy. The first master is the second-class supreme realm, and it is not too powerful even among the second-class supreme, but even so, there are not many conditions that can make his heart move. I can really let the first master of the Protoss agree to the conditions. This is my potential. Yi Tian muttered. He is very clear that even the first God Lord is extremely worried, because his strength is too weak to compare with those supremes of the 12th Cosmos era. If the first God Lord was given time for a long time, Yi Tian believed that he could enter the first-class supreme realm, but now he does not have so much time to improve his strength. One condition, the condition for helping the God Master once in the future, this condition is enough for the first God of the gods to be moved. Besides, it is not too harsh to practice once with the help of the ancient well of chaos, and the first God of the gods should agree. Yi Tian murmured 29 words. Immediately, he thought that in the name of the Lord of 10,000 Laws, he sent a visiting letter to the Protoss, requesting to meet the first God of the Protoss. As for the opinion of the first God, that is an afterthought. If the first God Lord can't see him, he will think of another way to see the first God Lord. Protoss, the palace of the first God. A master handed Yi Tian's letter up and gave it to the first God Master. A letter from the Lord of all laws of the human race. The first God Lord was a little surprised, not knowing why the human race Lord of all laws sent a letter. He naturally knew about this genius of the human race, but the other party was still too weak, so he didn't pay much attention. If it was before, he still wanted to assassinate this genius, but now the Supremes of the 12th Cosmos era have appeared, plus too many era suns have appeared, and the detachment of the two universes, so he has no intention to deal with it at all. Yi Tian is gone. In his opinion, Yi Tian wouldn't be able to affect anything in such a situation, and since the 10,000 clans were still in the unified camp, he was naturally even more difficult to start. The first God Lord opened the letter, and suddenly a powerful breath turned into a phantom of Yi Tian. Human Yi Tian pays homage to the first God Lord. Yi Tian said. At this moment, the expression of the first God changed, and he felt a power comparable to the Supreme from this phantom. Although it was only a very weak force, it proved that the master who created this phantom was definitely a supreme combat power. But the realm of this phantom master is definitely the realm of domination. A master, comparable to the supreme combat power, this is the strength of the first genius in the universe, underestimate him. The first God was surprised. See or not see? The first God Lord hesitated. If Yi Tian is too weak, it would be a shame for him to go to see Yi Tian as the dignified number one divine master. But now, Yi Tian has shown a strength comparable to that of a supreme being, and with his status as the number one genius in the universe, he can go and see Yi Tian. In the letter, Yi Tian asked to meet at the edge of the God race's territory to discuss an important matter. HMPH, coward. The first God of the God race said coldly. However, he still did not ask Yi Tian to enter his palace. If he did mention it, Yi Tian would probably leave directly. Swish. The first God Lord left the palace, and in an instant, he crossed the star fields and arrived at the place agreed with Yi Tian. He did not bring a supreme, because he is the strongest supreme of the Protoss. To see a master, there is no need to bring other supremes. Soon, Yi Tian met with the first God Lord. You are the only one, didn't the supreme of your human race come? The first God asked. Yi Tian smiled and said, in front of the first God of the gods, even if the supreme of our human race comes, he is still not the opponent of the first God. The first divine master felt that what Yi Tian said was very reasonable. If he really made a move, the supreme being of the human race would definitely not be able to protect Yi Tian. Lord of the laws, what are you doing to see me? The first God asked. There is only one thing. I want to enter the largest chaotic ancient well controlled by your human race to cultivate for a period of time. The time should not be long. Yi Tian said truthfully. Are you joking? The first God Lord's smile solidified, and his voice became cold. First God Lord, I'm not joking, but I am talking about this matter very seriously. Yi Tian said again. If the first God Lord agrees, I am willing to take action for the God race in the future to protect the safety of the God race. When they collide together, the Protoss, as the most powerful race of luck in the universe, is definitely the target of public criticism. With the strength of the first God Lord, I am afraid that the Protoss cannot be protected. Joke, I can't protect the Protoss, do you think you can? Do you really think I dare not kill you? The first god was angry. He has reigned over the universe for a long time, even the first demon master is not his opponent, he can only fight against him. But now, Yi Tian, AAA Jr. who has not cultivated for a long time, who only dominates the ultimate cultivation base, dares to talk to him like this. Court death. The first divine master shot, and the first shot is a divine power attack comparable to the 4th class supreme. If Yi Tian can't even stop such an attack, he will die if he dies. The chaotic origin slash. Yi Tian also made his move, displaying chaotic origin slash. Now the attack of chaotic origin slash is enough to reach the level of the 3rd class supreme, so it is easy to break the first god lord's casual divine power attack. Boom. The sword light transformed by chaotic origin slash tore apart the divine attack of the first divine master, and slashed directly at him. Boom. The first god smashed Yi Tian's chaotic origin slash with one punch, and his face was full of surprise. I didn't expect you to be able to use the master's cultivation base to hit a move that is comparable to the 3rd class supreme. It's really a genius. Unfortunately, this is not qualified to talk to me like this. 1. The first god lord shot 153 again, this time directly reaching the extreme of the 3rd class supreme. Boom. The endless void seemed to collapse, and the time and space were frozen. Can't stop. Yi Tian judged. Since he couldn't stop it, he naturally wouldn't be foolish enough to stop it. Hengguang divine ability. Yi Tian turned into a beam of constant light that penetrated the void, and fled out in an instant, and the speed was so fast that the first god master, the 2nd class supreme, could not stop it. Because, Yi Tian's speed is too fast, far beyond his imagination. Far away, Yi Tian's figure appeared, and he was looking at the first god lord, and said, First god lord, my current strength is not as good as yours, but my speed even surpasses the average 1st class supreme, and the mere 2nd class supreme, you can't help me at all. In other words, you can't kill me. And I'm about to enter the realm of heavenly sovereign. By then, my strength may be directly comparable to yours, and will soon surpass you. The 1st class supreme is definitely not far from me. I don't believe you can go that fast. The first god chasing after him. But in fact, his speed is indeed far inferior to Yi Tian. No matter how he speeds up, he can't even touch Yi Tian's shadow. This is because Yi Tian can reduce the speed, otherwise he would have disappeared long ago. After a long time, the first god lord gradually accepted this fact. Yi Tian, I agree to your terms. The first god took a deep breath and said helplessly. Chapter 792 found it. The first god master already knew very well that Yi Tian's speed had indeed reached the level of the 1st class supreme, and his own strength was also in the ranks of the 4th class supreme. Now, Yi Tian will just dominate. Once Yi Tian breaks through, he really has the strength to match him, and can even surpass him very quickly. He naturally didn't want to offend such a terrifying existence. If he could kill Yi Tian, he might risk killing Yi Tian, but now he can't kill Yi Tian at all, so why continue to offend Yi Tian? Moreover, there is no mortal hatred between Yi Tian and the Protoss, and they can be completely reconciled. Moreover, Yi Tian promises that he will shoot once in the future, which is very precious. Therefore, he agreed to Yi Tian's conditions. First God Lord, sign a contract, otherwise I will not dare to enter the ancient well of chaos, or if you set up a formation here, I may not be able to escape. 1. Yi Tian said, okay, let's sign the contract. First God's way. Soon, Yi Tian signed a contract with the first God Lord. The content of the contract includes that the first God Lord allows Yi Tian to enter the largest chaotic ancient well for cultivation, and must not hurt or shoot Yi Tian in any form, but Yi Tian must also help the God race for free when the future God Lord is in trouble. Once, and in the future, if the Protoss does not provoke the human race is not allowed to attack the Protoss at will. This last line was naturally added by the first God. In the past, he would never put the weak human race in his eyes, but now that a genius like Yi Tian has emerged, he will definitely surpass him in the future. If this is not added, he is afraid that the human race will grow in the future and will take action against the gods, and he will not be able to compete with the future Yi Tian. After the contract was successful, Yi Tian followed the first God Lord to the largest ancient well of chaotic chaos, which was the chaotic courtyard of the God Lord. Lord of the Laws, Chaos Heaven is located in a origin realm, and that origin realm was later named the God Realm by our Protoss. The divine realm is the foundation of our God Lord, and many Protoss have been stationed there for a long time, unless there is a calamity to destroy the family, otherwise those supremes will not come out. You can enter the God realm with me, but you must not trespass to other places, otherwise even if you and I have an oath, other God race supremes will not care about this, eh? The first God Lord reminded. Understood, I just want to enter the chaotic courtyard to cultivate for a period of time, it won't be too long. Yi Tian said, that's good. The first God nodded. Soon, the first God Lord and Yi Tian came to the pantheon of the Protoss. In the past, this planet was just an ordinary planet, but since the birth of the God realm and the Chaos Tianjing, this planet has been changed to pantheon and it has even been transformed. It has become a giant planet with powerful rules, and even the Supreme can hardly destroy the pantheon. If you want to enter the God realm, you must enter the pantheon and enter the God realm through the entrance of the pantheon. The Protoss naturally guards this entrance strictly. But this time, the first Divine Master personally brought Yi Tian, and naturally no one dared to stop him. Boom! The first God Lord took Yi Tian through the entrance of the God realm on the Panchen Star and entered the God realm of the God race. When the first God Lord and Yi Tian appeared together, the phantoms of the Supremes appeared. I have seen the first God Lord. I have seen the first God Lord. I have seen the first God Lord. One after another, the Supremes greeted the first Divine Master, but their eyes stared at Yi Tian one by one, seeming to lock Yi Tian. I brought the Master of all laws of the human race. He wants to enter the chaotic courtyard to cultivate for a period of time. I have already agreed to this matter. First God's way. Since it was brought by the first God Lord, you can naturally enter the Chaos Patio. One after another, the phantoms of the Supremes dissipated. Hey, let's go. The first God seems to be a little unhappy. After all, he is also the first God Lord of the Protoss. He brought Yi Tian in personally, still don't understand what's going on. These Supremes do this on purpose. However, he is also very aware of the responsibilities of these Supreme Beings. Even the first God of the God race cannot mobilize them in normal times. They are the oldest Supreme Beings of the God race and have lived for too long. In terms of identity, he was still a junior, and it was only because of his strength that he became the first God Lord. Okay, Yi Tian nodded. After a few teleports, Yi Tian and the first Divine Master came to the Chaos Courtyard. There are also many formations here, which shows how much the Protoss attaches great importance to Chaos Tianjing. This is Chaos Patio. The first Divine Lord pointed to the Chaos Courtyard and said. Yi Tian took a look and saw that this chaotic courtyard occupies a radius of hundreds of miles, while the ancient chaotic well that was born in the Earth's origin world was only a few meters wide, and the two were simply incomparable. Moreover, the rules contained in this chaotic patio are very powerful, and non-masters are not allowed to enter. If they are forced to enter, they will be forcibly killed by the rules of the chaotic patio. Under normal circumstances, the powerhouses below the master will at most practice nearby, and only the powerful masters who have made great contributions will be allowed to enter the Chaos Courtyard to practice. First God Lord, I have entered the Chaos Patio. Yi Tian said, go in. The first God nodded. He didn't know why Yi Tian had to enter the Chaotic Courtyard, but this was Yi Tian's secret, and the two had a transaction relationship, so it was naturally inconvenient to ask. Boom! Yi Tian stepped into the chaotic courtyard in one step, and suddenly appeared in a chaotic void. What a powerful rule! Yi Tian was shocked. The rules here are even stronger than the rules of the Source Realm, and the area here is very large. Through the eyes of life, he found that there are many powerful gods in this chaotic void who are practicing in retreat. The Protoss turned this place into areas, and each area had a palace, which hardly disturbed each other. Yi Tian's arrival did not attract the attention of any Protoss powerhouse, because even if the Protoss ruler in Tianzun wanted to come in and cultivate once, it would not be easy. Naturally, he would not waste time observing the external situation, and would only focus on cultivation. Gotta find out if this is the place I'm looking for. Yi Tian secretly said. Immediately, he used a secret technique to investigate. The concentration of chaotic vitality is enough. The origin of chaos. Yi Tian tried his best to search for it, and finally let him find a trace of the primordial aura of primordial chaos. It is located in the depths of the primordial chaos courtyard, where the rules are more powerful, and the general rulers and even the supreme do not want to approach. Swish! Yi Tian continued to fly to the depths below, and the pressure he endured became stronger and stronger. If the other supremes can't bear it, because their physical bodies are not strong enough, even if they rely on powerful divine power to enter the depths by Li Hao, there is no way to cultivate. Then how to cultivate fire? But Yi Tian's body is so terrifying, he is not afraid of such pressure at all, and has been flying to the depths of the chaotic void in the chaotic courtyard. Arrive. Yi Tian stood on a sea. This is not the real sea, but the sea that is transformed into the extreme chaotic vitality, and there are some weaker chaotic origin auras here, which is exactly the treasure land of chaotic origin in his ideal, enough for him to condense half a step of chaos body of life. Although there is a big gap with the best treasure land in the chaos, I only need to condense half a step of the body of chaos life, here is enough. Yi Tian secretly said. Immediately, Yi Tian simply arranged the means, and took out a palace treasure and turned it into his own cultivation place. Next, he needs to retreat and practice here, impact the realm of heavenly venerate, and at the same time condense a half-step chaotic body of life. Once successful, his strength will reach an incredible level, and it is even possible to surpass the first God Lord in one fell swoop. Chapter 793 50% and a half steps of the body of chaotic life. Chaos patio, deep. Yi Tian began to retreat and practice, and now he has reached the ultimate dominance, and from the perspective of cultivation, he is almost unable to advance. Therefore, he practiced for a few days, adjusted his mental state to an excellent state, and began to impact the realm of heavenly venerate. He is very familiar with the impact on the realm of Tianzun. After all, several clones have also impacted the realm of Tianzun, and there is no possibility of failure. But Yi Tian's impact this time is different. He needs to condense a half-step chaotic life body. He is also the first time to condense a half-step chaotic life body, so he must be careful. Once it fails, he probably won't have the chance to strike a second time. Condensing a half-step chaotic life body also requires conditions. For example, the creatures in this universe are almost unable to condense a half-step chaotic life body, because it requires sixth-order life to condense a half-step chaotic life body. If you can't even reach the sixth-order life level, you will delusionally condense the body of half-step chaotic life, and there will be only one result, that is, the physical body will collapse and die. Yi Tian is a seventh-order life body, and even reached the late seventh-order life level, which is not far from the great perfection of the seventh-order life level. Therefore, he fully meets the basic conditions for condensing a half-step chaotic life body. If you want to condense a half-step chaotic body of life, you need to absorb a ray of chaotic origin at the moment of impacting the realm of the gods, and create the supreme foundation of the half-step chaotic life body, so that you can completely condense the half-step chaotic life body. Step into the body of chaotic life. And if you want to absorb the source of chaos, the weak soul cannot do it, so I must make breakthroughs in all three aspects of essence, energy and spirit, and use the power of the soul of the heavenly level to absorb a trace of the source of chaos into the body. One step can't be wrong. Yi Tian secretly said. Half a month later, Yi Tian officially started to break through. Boom! The body is transformed, the divine power is transformed, and the soul is also transformed. At the same time, Yi Tian completed the breakthrough in the three cultivation paths of Jing, Qi and Shen, and the three paths entered the realm of heavenly venerate at the same time. Countless chaotic vitality poured into his body around him, and every strand of chaotic vitality here was more precious than the god crystal from the outside world, even comparable to a chaotic crystal stone. And so many chaos primordial qi, the amount is so huge, so Yi Tian does not need to prepare other resources. He has no shortage of breakthrough energy. Chaos origin breath, come to me. Yi Tian's soul turned into a pair of big hands, and grabbed it towards a ray of chaotic origin in the depths of the chaotic courtyard. The primordial aura of chaos seems to want to dodge, but Yi Tian's soul is very powerful, and Yi Tian's power is too terrifying, so this ray of primordial aura cannot escape, and CJFI was caught instantly. The soul returned with both hands, and that ray of primordial aura also entered Yi Tian's body. Crack! Yi Tian's body began to crack. This was not a real physical collapse, but a remodeling. If you want to condense a half-step chaotic life body, you must reshape it. Of course, the accumulation is not the same, and the condensed half-step chaotic life body is also different. If an ordinary genius in the chaos condenses a half-step chaotic life body by chance, it is about 1/1000th of the chaotic life body, and among them the leader can reach 10% of the chaotic life forms, and the limit is 50%. Because once it exceeds 50%, it will completely turn into a chaotic life form, causing a real big transformation. But if the realm does not reach the destiny realm, it is impossible for the physical body to reach the level of the chaotic life form. Even if the chaotic power is useless, it is against the chaotic rules. Boom! The sea of AA chaotic primordial energy poured into Yi Tian's body, accelerating the transformation of the body, making Yi Tian's body evolve step by step toward the half-step chaotic body of life. At the same time, Yi Tian's breath became more and more terrifying, reaching an incredible level. Time passed by a little bit. Fortunately, the chaotic courtyard had the effect of temporarily shielding the rules of the universe, otherwise Yi Tian's thunder tribulation would have come. This day, Yi Tian's body has completely transformed, and there are faint patterns of chaotic rules on his body, exuding an aura that makes the Supreme Being fearful. Half-step chaotic body of life, completed. 50%. I actually condensed the ultimate half-step chaotic life body. Yi Tian was shocked. He knew that his accumulation was very deep, but he didn't expect to reach the limit of 50% in a half-step chaotic body of life. In the chaos, only the real top geniuses can hope to condense the body of 50% in a half steps of chaotic life. Although this is just the beginning of chaos's cultivation, it is not too important, but it also reflects a situation. Yi Tian's foundation is too good, and the future potential is very great. It can be said that even if copying talent is useless in the future, Yi Tian is enough to become a real genius in chaos. The half-step chaotic body of life was successfully condensed, and it also denied the divine power and soul, making Yi Tian's divine power more pure and powerful, and the strength of the soul reached a new level. The strength is much stronger than before the breakthrough. Yi Tian sighed. As for how powerful he is, he doesn't have a specific classification standard, but he feels that he should not be weaker than the first god, even stronger than the first god. I'm useless here, it's time to get out. Yi Tian muttered. Wow! Yi Tian teleported to the entrance and exit of the Chaos Courtyard, and immediately stepped out of the Chaos Courtyard. At the entrance of Chaos Courtyard, the first God Lord stayed here all the time. He was not waiting for Yi Tian to come out, but was worried about what Yi Tian would do, so he was cultivating and waiting here. Suddenly, he felt Yi Tian's breath. Yi Tian came out. How Kamehameha! The first god's expression changed greatly. He found that Yi Tian was already in the realm of heavenly venerate, and the breath on his body was so terrifying that he felt extremely dangerous. Boom! In the void of the god realm, the cloud of thunder and calamity covering the entire world appeared. The thunder tribulation of the defenders. For a time, all the god race powerhouses in the entire god realm were shocked. Thunder calamity will only harm the robbers, and will not affect others, so the people of the Protoss will not worry that the realm of the gods will be destroyed. Whoa! One by one, the Supreme, the Heavenly Venerate, and the Lord appeared beside the First God Lord. One of the Supremes asked, First God Lord, what is the situation? The Master of the human race has broken through to the realm of Heavenly Venerate, and now he is a true Supreme. He is in the thunder tribulation of the Heaven Defender, let's just watch it. By the way, let's learn, it is also the first time I have seen Heavenly Venerate. The thunder tribulation of the Heaven Defying One. First God's way. The other Supremes are also a little bit. Although the Heaven Defenders are expected to be detached, they are only hopeful. The Heaven Defenders who can truly grow to the Supreme level only exist in the legends of the previous Cosmos era, and this Cosmos era has not yet given birth to a Supreme Being. Level Defender. Therefore, understanding the power of thunder tribulation will naturally help future Heaven Defies. Under thunder, Yi Tian is very calm, not to mention that he has now condensed a half-step chaotic life body. Even if he hadn't condensed a half-step chaotic life body, he would not put such a thunder tribulation in his eyes. I saw him sitting cross-legged, very calmly stabilizing the foundation, ignoring the thunder calamity above. Chapter 794 Breakthrough, the Real Supreme. Boom! The first thunder calamity came and directly bombarded Yi Tian's body, but it did not cause the slightest damage to Yi Tian, and even made Yi Tian tremble. The power of the first thunder tribulation is too weak. But this weakness is only for Yi Tian, for others, the first thunder tribulation is already very powerful. The power of the first thunder tribulation is comparable to the full force of the third-class Heavenly Venerate. The first god was surprised. Such an attack may be nothing, but this is only the first thunder tribulation. Moreover, the General Master has broken through to the realm of Heavenly Venerate, and the combat power is only 5th-ranked Heavenly Venerate or 4th-ranked Heavenly Venerate at most, and he can't even bear the first thunder calamity. And there are 24 thunder tribulations in the thunder tribulation of the Heavenly Venerate realm. It is conceivable that the 24th thunder tribulation is so terrifying that even ordinary Supremes may not be able to withstand it. Second thunder tribulation. The third thunder robbery. Fourth Thunder Tribulation. One after another Thunder Tribulation bombarded down, but Etienne did not move, and had been cultivating there, as if these Thunder Tribulations were just a tickling for him. The 19th Thunder Tribulation came. This time it was a humanoid thunder calamity, and it blasted Etienne with the supreme combat power. However, what shocked many God race powerhouses was that this kind of power comparable to the 5th level supreme all-out strike was unable to pose any threat to Etienne in the slightest. Etienne still didn't move, and the full-strength strike of the humanoid thunder robbery directly collapsed on Etienne's body. What kind of flesh is this? The supremes of the divine race were dumbfounded, and even the first divine master was extremely shocked. If he was in Etienne's situation, he could only use divine power to protect his body, but Etienne did not use divine power at all, and only used pure physical power to destroy the 5th class supreme's full-strength strike. Such a body is horrible. Is the body of the defender really so scary? The first God Lord wondered. But he has also seen the sons of the epic in the 12 Cosmos era. Some of them are also heaven-defying, but there is absolutely no such terrifying fleshly body as Etienne, and even the ancient records have never had such a terrifying fleshly body. This is absolutely not normal. The 20th Thunder Tribulation also came, but there was still no way Etienne could do anything, and it collapsed after a single attack. Soon, the 21st Thunder Tribulation also came. Almost. Etienne opened his eyes and stood up. The reason why he used the power of the flesh to fight against the Thunder Tribulation was just to let the people of the Protoss know how powerful he was and to warn the Protoss. Now that the effect of the warning has been achieved, he naturally does not need to fully display the power of his fleshly body. Facing the 21st Thunder Tribulation, Etienne took action and shattered the 21st Thunder with one hand. Soon, the 22nd Thunder Tribulation appeared. What appeared this time was not a human-shaped Thunder Tribulation, but a beast-shaped Thunder Tribulation. Boom! The huge unicorn Thunder Tribulation descended, as if to swallow Etienne all at once. The power of this Thunder Tribulation has risen to the top 5th level supreme level. According to this area, the last Thunder Tribulation should be equivalent to the full-strength strike of the 4th level supreme, not to mention that I have stepped into the realm of heaven, even if I am still in the realm of domination, can also take over this Thunder Calamity. It seems that the Thunder Calamity can't threaten me at all now. Etienne muttered. Cut. Etienne replaced the knife with his hand, and split the Qilin Thunder Tribulation with one knife. The 23rd Thunder Calamity is the Phoenix Thunder Calamity, and the Phoenix Thunder Calamity that covers the void descends with terrifying power. At this time, some of the nearby rulers and Tianzun all flew far away, and did not dare to approach at all, otherwise they would not be able to bear the power alone. Next to the first Divine Master, a 5th level Supreme said, "The heavenly venerate tribulation of the defender is so terrifying, it's too terrifying, the power of such a thunder tribulation is enough to completely damage me." But such a powerful Phoenix Thunder Tribulation was still smashed by Etienne with one blade and completely dissipated. The last Thunder Tribulation came soon. As Etienne guessed, this Thunder Tribulation reached the level of the 4th level Supreme, and it came with the power of dragon-shaped Thunder Tribulation. It overlooks Etienne like an ancient ancestor dragon. Etienne looked at the dragon of Thunder Tribulation and said, "You are too weak, get out." With a single blow, it not only cut down the dragon of thunder, but also pierced through the endless thunder cloud. After the heavenly venerate tribulation dissipated, Etienne truly entered the heavenly venerate realm, and if he was divided by combat power, he was the real Supreme. Supreme, the peak of the universe, the next step is detachment. Unfortunately, I don't even have a clue of detachment now. Etienne secretly said. Swish, he teleported to the first God Lord. First God Lord, I have become the Supreme, so I won't stay here. A for Flowersa, the Supreme Being, if you have time, you can come to the Protoss to sit at any time. The first God said politely. Must. Etienne smiled and turned to leave immediately. When Etienne left the God realm, he left the God race territory. A Supreme asked the first God Lord. First God Lord, how powerful has this Supreme Being now reached? The first God Lord frowned and said, at least it is the second-class Supreme. As for the first-class Supreme, it should not have entered. The strongest in the universe is the first-class Supreme, and he just broke through. However, after breaking through to the realm of the gods, divine power can still be accumulated, and the body and soul of the Heaven Defender can continue to cultivate. The limit of the Supreme Being is still very early, and the strength can still be greatly increased. It should not be long before he can reach the first-class Supreme combat power. First-class Supreme. The expressions of the Protoss people changed greatly. The strongest of their Protoss is the first Divine Master, and now they are only in the second-class Supreme ranks, and they can't even dominate the second-class Supreme ranks. If the Sovereign of all laws entered the ranks of the first-class Sovereign, wouldn't it surpass the first Divine Master, and wouldn't the human race surpass the Protoss in the future? We can't stop the rise of the human race, but I have reached a contract with the Supreme Being. If our Protoss encounters a major disaster in the future, the Supreme Being will help us once. In addition, the human race will not deal with the Protoss, which is also the content of the contract. 1. Just let the Supreme Being enter the Chaos Patio once, and get such benefits. This kind of business is very worthwhile. First, God's way. If let him know that Etn has condensed a half-step chaotic life body in the chaotic courtyard, and then has such a terrifying body, I wonder if he will regret it. After Etn became the Supreme, he soon returned to the human race. Now, he is no longer afraid of any Supreme, so he no longer cares about it. But at the moment, he really wants to know what the limit of his combat power is. It's a pity that the primordial tower in Primordial Divine Mountain can't completely test his combat power limit. After all, primordial tower is only a supreme treasure. Now, the only ones who can test the limit of his strength are the first-class Supreme Beings of the Ancient Masters. Chapter 795 The Supreme Palace. The fact that Etn became the Supreme was not concealed, but informed the other Supremes of the human race. For a time, the Supremes of the human race were overjoyed. At the same time, the Supremes were also very curious about how powerful Etn was. Soon, one by one, the Supremes came to the Holy City. And Etn entertained the Supremes in the Tianj, and the entire human race also knew that a new Supreme was born in the human race, and he was also the Supreme Being who spread his reputation throughout the universe. In the past, although Etn's combat power reached the Supreme, it was not easy to publicize, and no matter how powerful the master-level cultivation base was, he could only be regarded as the ruler. Only when he entered the Heavenly Venerate realm and reached the Supreme combat power, he could be regarded as the Supreme. Heaven Pavilion. Etn sat on thrones with a group of Supreme Beings, countless rare fruits were placed on the table next to the throne, and the Supreme Beings chatted and ate while talking and laughing. Suddenly, 153, God Blade Supreme asked, Myriad Laws Supreme, now that your cultivation base has broken through, I don't know how many Supremes your strength has reached. I don't know. Etn shook his head and said, my strength has improved a lot, and it is currently unknown how many Supremes I have reached, but if compared with the first god of the gods, he is not my opponent. What, the first god of the god race is not your opponent of the Supreme Being? All the Supremes were stunned. What a terrifying Supreme Being, the first God Lord of the God race, that is the second-class Supreme Being. If those Supremes did not come in the 12th Cosmos era, the first Divine Master of the God race would be the strongest Supreme Being in the universe. But now, Etn has just stepped into the cultivation base of Heavenly Venerate, and said that his strength surpassed that of the first God. If it was someone else, they would definitely think that the other party was bragging, but this was what Etn said, and they didn't know whether they should believe it or not. Myriad Laws Supreme, my strength is the third-class Supreme, and my current avatar is the fourth-class Ultimate Supreme, and it is also my most powerful avatar. This avatar's secret technique can temporarily burst into a move comparable to 3 waiting for the attack of the Supreme. Maybe you can test the strength of the Supreme Master of Wanfa. Supreme Primordial Hunyuan said. Can. Etn nodded, but he did not say a word. That is, the attack power of the third-class Supreme is too weak, and even when he is in the domination realm, he can exert the attacking power of the third-class Supreme, so the attack power of the clone of Hunyuan Supreme is also it is comparable to chaotic origin / But now, he has stepped into the realm of Heavenly Venerate, and his strength is many times stronger. The attack of this mere third-class Supreme is like a tickling for him. But it's hard for him to say such things, otherwise wouldn't it be a blow to Primordial and other Supremes? The Supreme Being, this place is not strong, let's go to the edge of the universe and try it. Hunyuan Supreme proposal. Okay, Etn agreed, the territory of the human race is not far from the edge of the universe, and how fast these Supreme Beings are, they can come to the edge of the universe in a while. Also, the space at the edge of the universe is solid, perfect for the ultimate test move. Shish. A named Supreme tore the space and left, then shuttled in the void, and soon came to the edge of the universe. Etn stood in the void, while this clone of Primordial stood in the distance. Hunyuan Supreme, attack. Etn said lightly. Be careful. Hunyuan Supreme said condensedly. I saw that Hunyuan Supreme took out an axe, which was a Zeon Supreme treasure axe. This clone of primordial was actually cultivated with Zeon Supreme Treasure, perhaps also an axe, so with this Zeon Supreme Treasure axe, its power increased dramatically. Cut the sky. Hunyuan Supreme slashed with an axe, like opening up the world, the void was instantly cut in half. The terrifying axe light smashed everything, descended with terrifying power, and landed on Yi Tian's body. However, Yi Tian did not move in the slightest, but only held up a simple defense. The Supreme Being, hurry and hide. Kunwu Supreme shouted. This is an all-out blow comparable to the third-class Supreme, even the second-class Supreme would not dare not to resist. Simple defense means no defense. Boom! The axe light bombarded Yi Tian's body, but did not let Yi Tian take a step back. Although he broke through Yi Tian's simple defense, the axe light was destroyed by Yi Tian's powerful body. Still too weak. Yi Tian sighed secretly. His current defense ability is too terrifying. I am afraid that only the first-class Supreme can hope to hurt him, and the second-class Supreme can't break his real defense. This is the horror of the half-step chaos life body. Fine. Hunyuan Supreme was shocked. This is the effect of his full-strength strike. Although it is not the attack power of the main body, it has reached the third-class Supreme attack level, but he did not expect that even Yi Tian's defense could not be broken. Sorry, I can't test the strength of the Supreme Being. Hunyuan Supreme said helplessly. Although his deity is stronger, he will not let deity appear. In fact, no one has ever seen him in person. The secret of this is that you can't test your combat power, so let Zizun appear. The Supreme Being, your body is too terrifying. Divine Blade Supreme was amazed. Kunwu Supreme stood up and said, Wanfa Supreme, your current strength is already the first of the human race, and you should be the first and supreme of the human race. Hunyuan Supreme has no opinion on Kunwu Supreme's words. He used to be the first supreme of the human race, but now Yi Tian is stronger and naturally acts as the first supreme of the human race. Yi Tian smiled and said, yes, then I will accept the title of the first supreme of the human race. In addition, I propose that the human race should establish a supreme-level alliance, so as to facilitate the rapid development of the human race. In the past, the supremes of the human race did not unite because the number of supremes was too small, and each supreme basically had power, and there was no one too powerful supreme leader. Although Hunyuan Supreme is powerful, it is the only third-class supreme in the human race, but the main body of Hunyuan Supreme does not appear, and the strongest clone is only comparable to the fourth-class Supreme. There are several fourth-class supremes of the human race, so the supreme primordial cannot completely dominate the human race. But Yi Tian 5.8 is different, he is at least a second-class supreme now, one person is enough to easily suppress all the supremes of the entire human race. He proposed to establish an organization that unites all the supremes, and the other supremes naturally dare not object. After some discussions, an organization called the Supreme Hall was established. The Supreme Hall is above the 9 supreme powers and the Supreme Hall of the human race, and at least a third level or above Tianzun can join, and Tianzun can only be regarded as a peripheral member, and a formal group must have the supreme combat power. The main purpose of the Supreme Hall is to unite the supremes, communicate and enhance their strength together, and help more strong people become the supremes. And Yi Tian, AA is the hall master of the Supreme Hall. Soon, the news of the establishment of the Supreme Hall spread throughout the entire human race, and for a while, the reputation of the Supreme Being resounded throughout the countless territories of the entire human race. G. Chapter 796 The Rise of the Human Race, 62 Supreme. The Supreme Hall was established, and the Supremes of the human race joined in one after another, and Yi Tian also stored many precious secrets in the book pavilion of the Supreme Hall. All members of the Supreme Hall can browse these books for free. You must know that some of these books are even very precious, no less than a supreme treasure, but Yi Tian devoted himself selflessly. After all, with Yi Tian's current status, a mere piece of supreme treasure is not very useful to him, and these books can enhance the strength of the human race, so he is naturally willing to take it out. Under the influence of Yi Tian, other human race supremes also took out some precious classics, but the real core secret techniques would not be taken out. Everyone has selfishness, and Supreme is no exception. Although Yi Tian is the palace master of the Supreme Palace, he usually has nothing to do, so he soon began to retreat. He has just broken through the realm, and his strength can continue to improve in a short period of time. For example, the 17th and 18th movements of the 18 Golden Body Art, but he has already condensed a half-step chaotic life body, and the 18 Golden Body Art is of little use to him. 29. As for the Chaos Golden Desolation Art, it only has 8 layers at present. Yi Tian has already cultivated all the chaos golden desolation art to the perfect state, and there is no way to continue cultivating. The divine power can continue to be improved, and it can be accumulated to the limit of divine power, but it does not really help the strength too much. The rest is self-created moves. My Heavenly Saber series and Chaotic Source series currently only have 3 moves. If you continue to improve, created the 4th style, which is definitely of great help to me. In addition, the Tiangong warfare can continue to be practiced. At present, he has only practiced the first 5 styles of the Tiangong warfare, and there are 9 in total. Yi Tian secretly said, although he does not have the Chaos Golden Desolation art to practice, the physical strength can still be improved, but he can only increase it slowly or use various elixir that increase the physical strength. In a word, once you step into the supreme level, in addition to breaking through the initial period of time to quickly improve your strength, it will be difficult to improve your strength after that. Each step of improvement is very difficult and requires a long time or many opportunities. Just like a 3rd-class Supreme such as Hunyuan Supreme, it has not been promoted to 2nd-class Supreme for a long time, and its strength is almost difficult to improve. No matter what, let's try to improve our strength first. Yi Tian muttered. In the following days, Yi Tian practiced with all his strength, first practicing the 18 golden body art, and in just 1,000 years, he completely practiced all the 17th and 18th movements of the 18 golden body art to the perfect state. The physical strength has been raised a notch. After that, Yi Tian swallowed a huge amount of resources and spent nearly 10,000 years to improve his divine power, and the small universe in his body also expanded a lot, and his strength was a further step forward. After another 10,000 years, Yi Tian almost used up all the elixir that he obtained in the mist area last time, and finally tempered his physical strength again. As for other aspects, Yi Tian made little progress. After all, the training time is limited, and it is not a simple matter to create the 4th form of the chaotic origin system and the 4th form of the heavenly saber system, and Yi Tian's progress in the realm of the Chaos Dao is also very limited. He is now at the origin realm of Chaos Dao, and Chaos Dao is difficult to cultivate, and the origin realm of Chaos Dao has already surpassed the perfect origin realm of other Dao. Today, his Chaos Dao realm is in the middle stage of the Source realm, but it is very difficult to upgrade to the later stage, unless there is an amazing big chance, or use the long years to break through. But Yi Tian doesn't have that much time now, so he can only wait for the opportunity. Hengguang Divine Ability is still an entry level, but even the entry-level Hengguang Divine Ability is far beyond those perfect magical abilities in the universe. For Chaos, the universe's magical abilities are all incomplete divine abilities, and their use is too low. Unfortunately, it is difficult for me to use them now. Hengguang Divine Ability has been raised to Shaocheng. Yi Tian murmured. In the next tens of thousands of years, although Yi Tian was still practicing in seclusion and accumulating strength, he would occasionally go out to guide some members of the Heavenly Pavilion and members of the Supreme Hall. In addition, Yi Tian went to the foggy area every 10,000 years, and every time he harvested a huge amount of elixir, but even so, he still did not explore the entire inner area of the foggy area, let alone the core area. And with Yi Tian's countless elixir, Tianj's development speed is too fast, there is no need to worry about cultivation talent and resources. Today, Tianj has given birth to 3 heavenly venerates, dozens of rulers and thousands of universe gods. This number even surpasses other supreme-level forces. Tianj is also called the 10th supreme-level force of the human race. It was even called the strongest supreme power for a time, because Tianj has the strongest supreme power of the human race and the supreme power of all laws. And the 3 heavenly venerates of Tianj are none other than Xiao Yu, Yi Yu and Yi Tian's direct disciple, Zhou Tian. After Zhou Tian came out of the highest hall of the human race, he joined the heavenly pavilion. In addition, his talent was very good, and he was cultivated by Yi Tian. In addition, Zhou Tian had other opportunities to make up his foundation, and he was not weaker than His Highness at the supreme level, and he was expected to become the supreme in the future. As for Xiao Yu and Yi Yu, although they are not the sons of the universe, Yi Tian has given them endless talents and even countless resources, so that their comprehension and potential will become higher and higher, and there is hope that they will enter the supreme being in the future. Rank. However, Yi Tian couldn't continue to improve their strength in a short period of time, unless one day he was able to transcend, and then find the resources of the sky and the chaos, then he could hope to forcibly promote the 2 of them to the realm of destiny. But that must be many years later. Human Race, Supreme Hall. This day, Yi Tian summoned Hunyuan Supreme, Kunwu Supreme and others again. Kunwu Supreme, have you broken through? Yi Tian immediately noticed the aura of the Kunwu Supreme being, which was much stronger than usual. He had already crossed the boundary between the 4th class Supreme and the 3 class Supreme, and became a 3rd class Supreme. Thanks to the many elixir that Myriad Laws Supreme brought from the foggy area, with 153 and some secret tomes in the chaos, I was able to understand and improve. I broke the shackles in one fell swoop and was promoted to the ranks of the 3rd class Supreme. 1 inch. Kunwu Supreme said with a smile. How many Supremes does our human race have at the moment? I haven't paid much attention to these issues during the retreat. Yi Tian asked. Hunyuan Supreme said. There are currently 62 Supremes. 62-bit extreme. This is a number that the human race could not imagine in the past. When Yi Tian was just cultivating, the human race only had 23 Supremes, but now it has only passed hundreds of thousands, and the number of the Supremes of the human race has grown by leaps and bounds to as many as 62. All the Supremes are very clear that this is all due to Yi Tian. It was Yi Tian who brought back a large amount of elixir from the foggy area that could be upgraded to mixed-level cultivation talent, that made some ancient masters of the race break through one after another, and coupled with some other opportunities, they entered the Supreme level. However, these Supreme beings are relatively weak, and they are basically 5th-class Supreme beings. But even the 5th-level Supreme is of great significance to the human race. Supreme is the standard of a race, and it is also the top combat power. The human race currently has 62 Supremes, which are considered to be among the top among the great clans in the universe. Once there are more than 100 Supremes, and a 2nd-class Supreme is born, such a cosmic race can be called a cosmic super clan. The Protoss and Demons are the only 2 super races in the universe, but the human race will soon be promoted to this ranks. Chapter 797 Reappearance. The changes in the human race are naturally known to other cosmic clans nearby. In a short period of time, the Supremes of the human race were born one by one, which even caused the fear of many cosmic clans, because the speed at which the Supremes were born was too terrifying, even many times faster than the Protoss and Demons. But they are helpless, they don't dare to deal with the human race, and there is no way to suppress the rise of the human race. Protoss. The first God Master also received the human race information collected by the God race. After reading it, he was extremely shocked. What? How long has it been since then? Dozens of Supreme beings have been born in the human race. The first Divine Master couldn't believe it, even the Protoss couldn't cultivate so many Supremes in a short period of time, unless all the treasures and heritage of the Protoss were consumed. How did the human race do it? Forget it, the strength of the Supreme Being has surpassed me. Even if the human race has a big secret, the God race can't help the human race. The first God sighed. It's like when the alliance of all ethnic groups went to confront the Lord of Primordial Ancient, and the Lord of Primordial Antiquity killed a group of Supremes in one move. If he had something to save his life, he could not die once, otherwise he would die completely. He doesn't know whether Yi Tian has reached the 1st-class Supreme. Even if not, all the Supremes of the Protoss will attack the human race, and the consequences will be very tragic, even a complete defeat. Moreover, there is no need for the Protoss to deal with the human race. Immediately, the first God Lord issued an order, not to care about the human race, nor to make any actions against the human race. He is worried that other Supremes or Heavenly Venerates will take their own decisions to deal with the human race, that is to cause trouble for him. Universe, an ordinary star of the Gaussian people. A figure suddenly appeared, finally become a goddess. The man muttered, he is a member of the Tibetan God organization, and the code name is No. 2. Number 2 does not mean that his strength is ranked 2nd. This code name is random. His real name is Zhongling, and he is definitely not weak in the divine realm of the Tibetan God organization. Since the Supremes of the 12th Cosmos era searched for these reincarnators, he has been hiding in this secret realm, silently improving his strength. Now, he has finally stepped into the realm of Earth Venerable with a solid foundation, and exhausted his resources, tempering his body to be very strong, and with some secret techniques he has mastered, his strength is definitely not weaker than some 2nd class in this universe. Supreme. Unfortunately, in the absence of sufficient resources, there is no way for him to raise his strength to the ranks of the 1st-class Supreme or even surpass the 1st-class Supreme. The goddamn master of the ancient times is just a pawn of our Tibetan God organization, and he dares to hunt down and kill us members of the Tibetan God organization. Zhongling said coldly. However, the primordial lords and the others did not know the existence of the Tibetan God organization before, and their superiors did not tell the primordial lord Tibetan God organization anything. Therefore, it is normal for the primordial lord to chase and kill them. And he couldn't say that the Lord of Primordial Ancient is a chess piece of the Tibetan God organization. If the relationship is explained, since the Lord of Primordial Antiquity has asked the Lord of Primordial Ancient to help execute the double universe transcendence plan, why did he let the reincarnate come to the universe and keep it secret? Why don't you tell them? What's more, the Lord of Primordial Ancient is only a cooperative relationship with that Supreme Being. These Supreme Beings are not loyal at all, and it doesn't matter much if they say it. I have become the Earth Zune, and I can contact Zune. Zhang Ling muttered. Shout out. Zhang Ling tore the void, broke through the infinite space, and came to the barrier of the universe. Zhang Ling looked at the rules of the cosmic barrier and said, "It is said that in the universe, only the detached can break the cosmic barrier and enter the chaos. If there is no detachment, even if you use a special method to forcefully enter the chaos, you will die instantly. I know that he has been reincarnated as a creature in the universe. If he leaves without detachment, he will die." Thinking of this, Zhang Ling felt a little palpitated. In the chaos, he has the hope of breaking through to the destiny realm, but even if he does, it is still a weak destiny realm. If he succeeds, he will have a promising future, and he will even have a high position in the Tibetan God organization, and he is even expected to be tied with Zun Shang. If it fails, it will really fall into the universe. Zhang Ling didn't think too much, and quickly used the communication formation to connect with the outside world. A few months passed by slowly. This day, a small crack appeared at the cosmic barrier, and a phantom entered the cosmos. Zhang Ling has seen your honor. Zhang Ling said very respectfully. It's not bad to become the second-class supreme in the universe, but the foundation is slightly worse, but it has little impact. Zun Shang saw through Zhang Ling's details at a glance and said, Your Highness, I want to report something. The Supremes of the 12 Cosmos era of this universe have hunted and killed the reincarnators of our Tibetan God organization, and one of them has fallen into their hands. He should be searched for souls, and some information should be exposed. Zhang Lingwei reports. What happened? Zun Shang asked in a cold voice. I didn't let you enter the universe and then cultivate in a secret realm honestly and act in a low-key manner. You must become an Earth Venerable before appearing. With your Earth Venerable cultivation, plus the treasures and trump cards left to you, even if the first-class Supreme shot, it is difficult to keep you. How could someone fall? Zhang Ling was trembling all over, and quickly explained. Your Excellency, we don't know either. One day, there were rumors about our reincarnated people in Tibetan God organization in the universe, and those Supremes of the 12th universe era began to chasing us. There is a reincarnated companion who was probably not hidden well. He was guarded by the Supremes and was directly captured. As for which one was captured, it is difficult for us to communicate with each other, and we cannot judge the companion's identity. Zun Shang did not speak, but the cold breath suppressed Zhang Ling. And the origin of the universe has also come, locked on the Zun, constantly repelling the phantom consciousness of Zun. Your Highness, do we want to take action against the Supremes of the 12th universe era? Zhang Ling asked. Now, let's say you can beat me. Zun Shang said coldly. Remember, they are still our partners now, Li Hao. Even if they doubt me, it's just doubt, he will destroy the plan. But you are in control of them. If you take out the half of the chaos treasure and release the origin of the universe, then all plans will be in vain. Your Highness, I understand fire. Zhang Ling said in a low voice. Remember, before the two universes have completely merged, you must not do it, understand? 1. Honor the command. Yes, Zhang Ling replied. Try to improve your strength, at least to the first-class Supreme, otherwise you will not even have the qualifications to participate. Another universe is not simple, there is no way to do it, there are only these two universes nearby. If you choose other universes, there is no way to complete the plan for hundreds of millions of years, or even hide it from other forces. Therefore, you must be promoted to the first-class Supreme, only then can you hope to deal with the powerful Supremes of another universe. Your Honor reminded. Understood. Zhang Ling nodded again and again. Chapter 798. Another universe is about to collide. Wow, the phantom of the Supreme Being dissipated, and the power of the origin of the universe also disappeared. Seeing Zun Shang disappeared completely, Zhang Lingkai breathed a sigh of relief. Although Zun Shang couldn't kill him in the universe, he was still too nervous and afraid in the face of Zun Shang. Zun Shang is an existence above the destiny realm. He is considered one of the giants in the Tibetan God organization. He is just an ant to Zun Shang, even the family behind him is not in Zun Shang's eyes. You have to work hard, and your lord also said that once the two universes are merged, the Supreme of that universe can also come. At that time, the battle at the Supreme level must be very fierce. I heard before that the universe is very powerful, not only there are multiple first-class supreme, and even more than one Earth-ranked powerhouse that surpasses the first-class supreme and is comparable to the gods in the chaos. Zhang Inspiration sighed. He is also a god general in the chaos, but he is only a one-star god general. In chaos, the combat power of the Earth Venerable is divided into 10 stars. The first 5 stars are equivalent to the 5th class Heavenly Venerate to the 1st class Heavenly Venerate, and the last 5 stars are equivalent to the 5th class Supreme to the 1st class Supreme. And some outstanding people can break the limit and be promoted to another level of combat power. This level of combat power is the God General. There are countless inheritances of chaos and countless treasures. It is not difficult to become 153 gods, but most of them can only be one-star gods in their entire lives. For example, he is like this: no matter how much he improves, it is difficult to be promoted to 2-star gods. But in the universe, it would be too difficult, to raise the strength to the level of a 2-star god general. In the cosmos, if you are a heaven defender, you will even have a 10% chance of becoming a 1-star god general. If you are not a heaven-defying one, you must raise your strength to a 3-star god general, and there must be an outsider with a certain amount of effort. The price can help him escape. This is a secret that few people know about, but the supreme being of the Tibetan God organization told them, these reincarnators, but this part of the content has been sworn, and there is no way to leak it out. The Lord of Primordial Ancients and others are really ridiculous. They are basically not heaven-defying. Although the origin of the universe has been suppressed, they must also increase their strength to 3-star gods. Respect the guys who have avoided the great destruction of the universe with the secret technique. The improvement in strength is limited, and it is almost hopeless for a lifetime. If the 2 universes are completely merged and promoted to the great universe, even the 3 or 4-star gods will not be able to surpass them. Quote. Zhang Ling thought to himself. There are very few big universes in the chaos. Once promoted to the big universe, the origin of the universe is stronger, and it can even give birth to a strong man of destiny, but once it is forcibly promoted to the realm of destiny in the universe, it is not qualified to detach. The detached person is not in the realm of destiny, but breaks the shackles of the universe with the cultivation of the realm of the earth, and is a level between the realm of destiny and the realm of the earth. Once they leave the universe, they will be infused with the source of chaos, changing their potential and cultivation aptitude. Even forging a supreme foundation has almost unlimited potential. This is the true secret of transcendence. And the birth of the great universe is the fusion of destiny, but it is even more difficult to detach. For example, the Samsung God will be able to detach from the ordinary universe, but not from the big universe, so the promotion of the universe to the big universe is undoubtedly a disaster for many people who can detach. Thus, these reincarnators can only choose to detach from any universe before the 2 universes have completely merged. Certainly, at that time, they could choose to break through to the realm of destiny, then leave the universe and return to the Tibetan God organization. The only advantage of the great universe is that it is easier to break through the destiny realm than the outside world, and some of the destiny realm from the outside world can also enter the great universe at some cost. Because the big universe is extremely solid, it is not afraid of outsiders destroying the big universe. The ordinary universe is afraid that the outside world or some chaotic life that specializes in swallowing the universe will attack the universe, so it is instinctive to resist the outside world. My goal is to detach from the ordinary universe, from the big universe. Haha, that's not realistic at all. Although the number of chaotic big universes is not many, it is not very few. There are so many big universes, and there have been few detachments for a long time. Anyone who is detached from the big universe CJFI has grown up to the extent that the Lord can only look up. Such existence is a hegemon in the chaos, and it is difficult to give birth to one for hundreds of millions of years. How can these little guys have the potential to detach from the big universe? Zhang Ling secretly said. In addition, the probability of ordinary universes merging into a large universe is also very low, even less than 10%. In the chaos, it is clearly forbidden to merge the universe plan. Once discovered, the Tibetan God organization will be severely punished. Because of this, the Tibetan God organization secretly carried out this plan. The reason why it is forbidden is because once the fusion of the 2 universes fails, the 2 universes will disappear completely, and there will be no 2 universes in the future. The universe is very important in chaos, because the detached is born from the universe. If there is no universe, where will the detached be born? The detached forces in the chaos are also very powerful, so those who dare to take risks to integrate the forces of the universe will be punished by the detached forces. But the big universe is too important for a force. If the Tibetan God organization is in charge of a big universe, it can cultivate a large number of geniuses in the destiny realm. The big universe is the real purpose of the Tibetan God organization. Of course, even if it cannot be merged into a big universe and the plan fails, as long as a few or one transcendence is born, it will be a profit. Swish. Zhongling returned to the main space of the universe and continued lurking. In the days that followed, one after another reincarnated broke through to the realm of heavenly venerate, and some soon possessed the strength of the second-class supreme, while others were still in the third-class supreme strength. But no matter what their strength is, at the moment when the two universes have not collided and merged, they will not confront the supremes of this universe. This is also the explanation of the supreme. Time goes by. In the blink of an eye, it will be another 30,000 years. Human race, Tianj. The human race now has 70 supremes, and there are 3 third-level supremes, namely Hunyuan Supreme, Kunwu Supreme and Divine Blade Supreme. And Yi Tian's strength has also improved greatly. Now, he has practiced all the 6th and 7th styles of Tiangong tactics, and only the last 8th and 9th styles are left. His fleshly body has been tempered many times, stronger than 30,000 years ago, and the divine power has also accumulated to a limit, and is beginning to compress the divine power. This is also a way for the Supremes to slowly improve their strength in the later stage. As for the 4th form of the chaotic source system and the 4th form of the heavenly saber system, Yi Tian currently only has a prototype, and if he wants to create it, he needs to learn from more classics and more time. The two universes should start to collide, and the entrance to the collision is not on the Terran side. Yi Tian secretly said, once the collision entrance is on the Terran side, this area will instantly turn into ashes, and countless ordinary humans of the Terran can't withstand the shock wave and will be instantly annihilated. This is not the scene he wants to see. This day, the universe gave birth to a depressing aura, and even the origin of the universe conveyed a strange aura. All the Supremes are very clear that another universe is about to collide. Chapter 799 Enter the core area of AA, the foggy area. This day, an aura of despair permeated the territory of the Cosmos Big Clan, the Angel Clan. Not good. The expressions of the Supremes of the Angel Clan changed greatly, and one by one, they crossed the galaxy with their hands, and took countless Angel Clan people into the inner universe, and then flew away one by one. The next moment, the void was torn apart, and the territory of hundreds of millions of miles instantly turned into a black hole, and then a terrifying shock wave swept across the surrounding territory. Countless stars were shattered, and countless angels were turned into ashes. There are many star regions of the angel family, but now more than 90% of the star regions have been hit by a devastating blow. Countless ordinary angel people have fallen and died, and only some powerful angel people have survived. Certainly, the Supremes of the Angel Clan also took away some important Angel Clan people in time, and they can slowly multiply in the future, but the Angel Clan is no longer a big family in the universe. How could this be? Why is the location of the cosmic collision our angel race territory? The Supremes of the angel race all roared and looked sad. The shock wave of the cosmic impact was too fast, not only almost destroying the angel race, but also spreading towards the entire universe, or the entire universe was trembling. It is no small matter that the universe trembles, some small stars move a little, and many mortals will die. Human race. At the moment when the universe collided, many divine formations of the human race were opened one after another, protecting the territory of the human race, and the Supremes of the human race also exerted their mighty power to protect the star domain of the human race. The cosmic shock lasted for a few hours before it slowly dissipated, and the human race was well prepared, and the distance from the impact point was relatively far, so there was no loss. A starry sky for the human race. One by one the Supremes gathered, including Yi Tian, AA the Supreme Master of all laws. I just got the news that the impact point was in the angels, and the angels were almost wiped out. Hunyuan Supreme Road. The angels are really unlucky. Yi Tian sighed. In the past, the strength of the angel race was much stronger than that of the human race, and they were the top races among the great races in the universe. But now, the angel race has become like this, and I don't know if there is any chance to develop. If the two universes collide together, all races will face difficulties, countless civilizations of the two universes will inevitably collide, and even the Supreme may not be able to survive here safely. Therefore, it is too difficult for the angels to rise again under such predicaments. Hunyuan Supreme, let's go to the collision point and take a look, the other Supremes guard the human race. Yi Tian ordered. As the first Supreme of the human race, Yi Tian's words are naturally very authoritative, and the other Supreme, obey. Wow! Yi Tian and Supreme Primordial Hunyuan left the human race territory and rushed to the collision point, which was still where the angel race used to be. In half a day, Yi Tian and Hunyuan Supreme arrived at their destination. At this time, a lot of Supremes have gathered here. Among them are the gods, the demons, and the supreme beings of the 12th Cosmos era. These supreme beings came to see the situation. After all, it was the first time they encountered the collision of the two universes. Before, the Supreme might still doubt the authenticity of the method of transcending the dual universe, but now the dual universe has really collided, and this time I really believe it. The Supreme Being, you are here too. The first God Lord of the God race flew to Yi Tian's side and greeted Yi Tian. First God Lord, Yi Tian shouted softly, with a very calm tone. While Primordial Hunyuan greeted the first God Lord more politely, but the first God Lord was just a little perfunctory. For the first Divine Master, if it wasn't for the existence of Yi Tian, it would be impossible for him to look at Primordial Priest. At this time, numerous Supremes are observing this collision point. This collision point is a black hole covering multiple star fields. This black hole is a channel, but now the two universes are in the running-in stage, and the rules are extremely chaotic. At this time, even the Supreme Being did not dare to pass through the black hole, otherwise he would be strangled to death. Can't get in, Yi Tian muttered. If he dared to go in, no matter how strong his physical body was, he would not be able to withstand the tearing force of this black hole, and would not last long at all. Wait 100,000 years. Yi Tian estimated. The initial fusion of the two universes takes a long time to transform, and within 100,000 years, no one will be able to pass through the black hole to reach the other universe. Moreover, if the rules of the two universes were not integrated into the other universe, the creatures of the two universes would not dare to step into each other's universe, otherwise it would be equivalent to leaving the universe and dying instantly. Therefore, even if the black hole is now stabilized, the Supremes present do not dare to enter. Let's go back, Yi Tian said. Immediately, Yi Tian and Hunyuan Supreme returned to the human race. And the other Supremes also left one by one. Now there are only 100,000 years left for the 10,000 races, and 100,000 years is not too long. For the Supremes, they can't improve their strength at all. A for Flowersa, even for Yi Tian, a mere 100,000 years is nothing at all, it is too short, and if he wants to improve more time, the time required is far more than 100,000 years. Now, there is only one place where Yi Tian's strength can skyrocket, the foggy area. For Yan Lin, it is the core area of the foggy area. My strength must have reached the combat strength of the first-class Supreme. As for whether it has reached the combat strength of the gods, it is not clear. From Harmon's memory, Yi Tian naturally understood the division of the Earth's power in the chaos. It's just that Yi Tian has never seen a god general, so he can't judge. But he felt that he had the hope of breaking into the core area of the foggy area, and even hoped to obtain some precious and rare elixir. The spirit medicine in the inner area can make his strength skyrocket. If he gets some spirit medicine in the core area, it will not be a leap forward. For the rapid improvement of strength, it is worth taking a little risk. In the blink of an eye, another 6,000 years have passed. This day, Yi Tian came to the foggy area of Chaos Sea again. This time, he did not look for the fog mercenary group, and now he is more familiar with the fog area than anyone else. Where does he need others to lead the way? Outer area, inner area, Yi Tian passed through instantly and quickly came to the core area. Boom, one step into the core area, the pupil of life unfolds. At this moment, a misty beast above the second-class Supreme awakened, and one by one came to besiege Yi Tian. Yi Tian didn't rush over. In case of an unexpected situation, he could at least return to the inner area instantly. If he rushes in, once surrounded, it will be difficult to rush out again. War! Yi Tian roared loudly and displayed the third form of the chaotic origin system, chaotic origin domain. Buzz! The extremely powerful chaotic origin domain unfolded, suppressing a second-class Supreme Mist Beast. Then, the third-style Heavenly Slaughter Sword of the Heavenly Sword series was cut out, and countless sword lights ripped apart the body of a second-class Supreme Mist Beast, killing them completely in seconds. In the blink of an eye, more than 50 second-class Supreme Mist Beasts fell. At this time, the first-class Misty Beast of the Supreme level was dispatched. Chapter 800 The Great Existence of the Realm of Harmony. In the face of numerous first-class Supremes, Yi Tian did not dare to underestimate, and immediately burst out all the combat power. The seventh form of Tiangong warfare. The ancient well of the source of chaos. God-killing knife. Hengguang divine ability. The spear of hell god sky. The wheel of time. The realm of time and space. 1. Hunyuan domain. Yi Tian's means are all used to fight against many first-class supreme mist beasts. If the Lord of Primordial Ancient is in Yi Tian's current situation, he may have to fall and die. And Yi Tian is indeed too powerful now. Boom. The first-class supreme mist beast was hit by Yi Tian's knife and flew out, but the attacks of the other mist beasts also landed on Yi Tian's body, directly knocking Yi Tian into the air. At this moment, Yi Tian's body was shaking, his blood was tumbling. Only this time, Yi Tian roughly judged his own strength, which was infinitely close to a one-star god general, but did not really step into the level of a one-star god general's combat power. According to his understanding, the strength of the one-star god general far exceeds that of the first-class supreme, and the first-class supreme and the one-star god will be a huge, 153, gap. Once crossed, the one-star god will be enough to easily kill ordinary first-class supreme. And although this group of first-class supreme mist beasts are very fast, they are only ordinary first-class supremes, and he did not kill the first-class supreme in one blow just now, which is enough to prove that his strength is at most the limit of first-class supreme. Level, failed to cross the gap, stepped into the ranks of one-star god general. Kill. Yi Tian fought with blood. Even if he was injured, he would be able to heal quickly with his resilience, and those mist beasts did not have such abnormal healing ability, and soon the first-class supreme mist beast fell to his death. Then, the second first-class supreme fell, and the third first-class supreme fell. In the outside world, how the first-class supreme exists, even the first god master is only the second-class supreme, but now Yi Tian has killed several first-class supreme. With the fall of the first-class supreme, the terrifying mist beasts in the deepest part of the core area of the mist area awakened. Dare to break into the chaos god realm and seek death. As soon as the voice fell, a misty beast with the head of a cow and a human body appeared, even holding a stick in its hand, and slammed it directly with it. The void burst, and a terrifying stick shadow covered everything. Not good. Yi Tian was shocked. This is definitely an all-out blow comparable to a one-star god general. Moreover, this misty beast has a very high intelligence. Before, whether it was a mist beast at the cosmos god level or a mist beast at the supreme level, its intelligence was very low, and even like a beast, it would attack when it sensed the existence of a living being. But this ox-headed misty beast is different, it definitely has the wisdom not weaker than human beings, and its strength is too terrifying. There is actually a creature with a star general in the universe. Yi Tian thought it was incredible. Block me. Yi Tian opened layers of defenses, and even the chaotic origin domain and the space-time domain were used to resist the blow of the bull-headed mist beast. Boom. The chaotic origin domain and the space-time domain were all torn apart with a single stick, and came with an invincible force, but because Yi Tian blocked the two domains for a moment, he used the Hengguang divine ability to avoid them in time. This blow failed to hit Yi Tian. Not an opponent, retreat first. Immediately, Yi Tian will use Hengguang divine ability to escape. But at this moment, the bull-headed mist beast hurriedly shouted, "Don't go, Your Excellency, you have passed the test." 1. Assessment. Yi Tian stopped at the junction between the inner area and the core area. If the bull-headed mist beast wanted to continue to attack him, he could leave the core area of the mist area in one step. Even with the strength of the bull-headed mist beast, don't even think that it is difficult to catch up with him. What test? Yi Tian asked. Wow. The ox-headed mist beast stopped at a place far away from Yi Tian, and began to explain. This place is called Chaos God Realm, and it is a special world created by a great being in the chaos. You don't need the name of that lord for the time being. I know. As long as you know that the Chaos God Realm is amazing, you should know that the creatures in the chaos can't enter the universe, right? You can only send some things in, and rely on the expansion of the universe to swallow those inheritances, secret realms, and treasures one by one. But that great existence can directly force a world into the universe, ignore the origin of the universe, and even deceive the origin of chaos. This is not something anyone can do. What? The misty area is a world in chaos? Yi Tian was shocked. This time, he finally understood. No wonder there were so many supreme-level mist beasts born in the fog area, and even a star god-level mist beast was born. Are you from chaos? Yi Tian asked. Not bad. The Niu-headed mist beast explained. My name is Niu Tong, I come from a semi-chaotic race in chaos, and I was arranged here by that great existence. However, we can only stay in the chaos god realm, and there is no way to leave. Otherwise, the origin of the universe can still easily kill me. Strictly speaking, you are standing in Chaos God Realm, and those areas outside are just a special area formed by the dispersion of Chaos God Realm. And those outside are called by you. The creatures that are mist beasts are only half-finished products we made. Even the mist beasts you just killed are half-finished products. It's just that these half-finished products are a bit special and contain our power, so they can't go out, otherwise they will be destroyed by the universe. The source noticed. I see. Yi Tian really understood. You mean assessment? Could it be that there is an inheritance here? Yi Tian asked again. Of course there is, and it is the inheritance left by that great being. In your universe, many years ago, there was a person who passed the inheritance assessment, and finally successfully escaped from this universe and became one of the countless named disciples of that great being. Quote. Niu Long Road. You mean Yuntan Tianjin? Yi Tian said. Yes, it's that little guy, but unfortunately that little guy has limited potential and can only become an ordinary transcendence, not a formal disciple of that great being. Your potential is good, and it wasn't long before you became an Earth Lord, with your body, divine power, and soul. It is far from being developed to the limit, but it can avoid my full blow, and is qualified to accept the real test. You just passed the test set by me. Qualified to accept the real assessment. Niu Long said. Senior, how does that great existence compare to the old man of Jinwang? Yi Tian asked. He doesn't know the strength of that great being. If he is not as good as the old man of Jinwang, why would he take part in the assessment? It's better to wait for the detachment and become the disciple of the old man of Jinwang directly. After all, he is one of the inheritors of the Golden Desolate Elder Reserve. Elder Jinwang, I've heard that he is considered to be an overlord in chaos, but he is far from that great being. Do you know the division of the realm of chaos practitioners? Cowboy asked. I don't know very well, I only know that above the earth venerable is the destiny, and what realm is above the destiny, then it is not very clear. Yi Tian said truthfully. This can't be blamed for his shallow knowledge, as Harmon doesn't have much knowledge, or Harmon's information about existence above the destiny realm has been erased. Niu Tong looked at Yi Tian with contempt, and immediately said proudly, beyond the destiny is the realm of true spirits, and those who are strong in real spirits will never die. A great Tao is the great Tao realm, and above the great Tao consummation is the consolidated Tao realm. The so-called consolidated Tao realm is the unity of many great Taos. Such an existence is difficult to be killed, and it is a great existence beyond time and space. And that great being is the power of the realm of the combined Tao. As for the realm of the combined Tao, I don't know. In short, in the chaos, the destiny is enough to traverse a chaotic continent in 5.8, and the real spirit realm is enough to be in the middle chaos. When the continent dominates, the Tao realm is rare. It is enough to be called a hegemon and dominates countless territories. The combined Tao realm is some ancient existence, an existence located at the real peak of chaos. The old man Jinwang is a strong Tao realm, but in the realm of the great Tao, it is not weak, but it is far from reaching the perfection of the great Tao. How can it be compared with that great existence? Destiny, true spirit, Tao, he Tao. Yi Tian immediately understood how terrifying the existence of the great existence in Chaos God realm. He obtained such a huge achievement after obtaining the Chaos Golden Desolate Art of the Golden Desolate Old Man. Further, certainly, there must be risks involved, but now that the fusion of the two universes is imminent, he has no time. Senior, I want to participate in the assessment. Yi Tian said. Okay, come with me. Niu Long Road. Yi Tian followed Niu Tong carefully. Although he was relieved on the surface, he was actually secretly vigilant. After all, he was also afraid that Niu Tong would deceive him.